Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Welcome to Maximum Apocalypse RPG. This is a playtest for the family campaign. We're a little bit behind schedule, so it might be shortened just a wee bit, but that's all right. But I'm joined here with my players that are going to be playtesting today's game. We're going to start with some introductions from them. So why don't we start over with Andrew?
Hello, Andrew here. I'm playing Gabriel Reyes. He is a thief, and he just likes to run around and steal shit. So,
cool. And what about you two down there? Over there.
Us two?
Yeah, you two. The only two in one box.
yeah. I am Allie. I'm playing Sophie, who is a hunter survivor from the food riots. And she's just sort of gotten by through life by the skin of her teeth for the past 10 years, and she will fuck your shit up if you cross her in any way. Or if you're a zombie. She hates zombies because they're gross. Yeah.
and dead.
And dead. This is wrong. It's disgusting.
Okay. I'm Dana. I will be playing a different character than I've been playing usually today. So I'm playing someone named Annette, and she is a priest gunslinger, but mostly she is time displaced from the 1810s.
1810s. No clue what's happening, but surviving anyway. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Joe.
Hello, I'm Joe. Tiny little YouTube channel, 1 Foot Wall. Shameless plug. Tonight I'm once again coming back in with Dingane, the Ronin Zulu warrior veteran that has, through all kinds of bizarre adventures, found his way to the Americas here. So yeah, he's survived robot uprisings and has wandered through several other apocalypses. And this poor guy's had a hell of a time. But excited to get going. Thanks. That's it.
Cool. And I'm Scott, the creator of Maximum Apocalypse RPG, based on the board game by the same name, made by Rock Manor Games. Everything is good on my end. We're pretty close to being completely finished. This will be, I think, probably the last playtest to see if everything works, and then any further playtests will be for funsies. Because we'll see how it goes. But some of the recent changes are basically what we're testing today, and you guys will figure it out as we go what we're going to be looking at. I'm not going to spoil the adventure for you. Speaking of adventure, this adventure is called Burning Light. It's like the 6th one I've written, and I think it's probably my best so far. Actually, I think the last one was my best so far. And I kind of think it's better than this one. But for those of you that have not done the Outpost, you're missing out.
Have I done that one?
I doubt it.
Think so.
It was a fun one. Like, I'm not sure what I can say that would explain it that wouldn't give something away. So I'll just say the Outpost was fun. It was a good one.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it. No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to cheat and like spoil it for yourself, it is available on YouTube on this very channel. But that's only if you wanted to spoil it for yourself or if you have no intention of playing it in the future. I will be posting it up on the shared drive, so when I'm finally done with it, because I think it's a good enough adventure for other people to blind playtest for me. But today we're going to do Burning Light. So, you guys, some of you were involved in, well, okay, so all of you are technically part of the family, even if you haven't played in a family adventure thus far in any of the playtests. You have, for whatever reason or somehow, joined the family, whether it be recently or within the last year or so. Dingane may have wandered in about, I don't know, a couple months back or whatever. The one thing to note that this campaign takes place about 9 years or so after the Outpost, so like Dingane could have wandered in at any point. Because the Outpost took place roughly after everything fell apart. This takes place about 10 years after everything fell apart. So that's where
Groovy. Gotcha.
Dingane is in that scheme of things. But anyway, the apocalypse has been on for about 10 years now. People have been surviving, and some of you have banded together in what's called the family. In a little place called the Compound. And in the Compound, there are various groups and factions that are kind of separate, but everyone still works together. Some people have friendships and basically people they work with or have worked with, and that sort of leads to some loyalty. You guys have Dingane. You haven't had a choice, Joe, and neither have you, Andrew, to actually add some benefits. There's some bonuses for that, and I guess we'll cover that in a minute.
Okay.
But essentially, you have you pick one of 4 people, and you get a benefit to your character, and then you pick a place that you live in the compound. Let's see if I can pull it up real fast and give you guys a quick, brief rundown, so your characters can be up to snuff with your other characters that are here with you. I don't want there to be an unfair advantage with those 2 that are in a box.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
OP is a lie.
It's not really OP so much as
I'm kidding.
it sucks that
Balance
you
is
don't
a
get the +5. Okay, Jeremy. All right, where's the family campaign? Oh, the compound. There it is. Okay. So, if my Word document would open. Wow, that's taking a really long time. Too much being pumped through the system, I guess. Okay. Okay, so the home is this compound, which we're not really going to experience today so much. But basically what you get to do is you get to choose one of 4 people. You've either survived an event with a person named Nate, or a person named Jake, a person named Kate, or a person named Camp. Let me go ahead and share screen real fast so that you can see what I'm looking at. That'll help speed things along. Share. Okay, so you can see there's Nate, Jake, Kate, and Camp. Correct? You see that? Yeah, basically you pick one, and they'll just have been somebody you worked with before in the past, and if you do, you get that benefit you see there underneath them. So you can temporarily add that or quickly add that to your character for this game session if you would like.
I think I survived an event with Camp.
Cool.
I was with Kate.
Cool. Everybody likes Kate. I don't know why. Everyone likes Kate. Guess everyone likes Fortitude.
Just
Good bonuses.
that instinct there. So was it +5 to agility and then +5 instinct?
Kate? Kate is
Yes.
Kate is 5 to Fortitude and 5 to Instinct.
Fortitude. Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then you pick a place that you live, either building A or B. I'll jump down to where it's actually building A or B, or the pits or tents. Essentially, building A is a building where people fall all the time because people live in hammocks in the ceiling. Building B is this really nice office building where basically people who have shown their merit live, and it's where all the essentially the socially upward people live. All the families live there too. Kate lives there. The pits are basically these this shared underground basement system between the 3 buildings on the compound, and that's where all the criminals live. Basically, they steal from each other and stuff. So that's the shitty part down there. And then there's the tents. The tents are literally tents. You struck a tent outside of one of the open areas, and that's where you live. You get a benefit for each of those. I don't know if you can see very well. Maybe I can zoom in. But
So if the person you survive with, you don't have to be in the same building.
you don't have
with
to be
them,
in the
you-
same building with them. It just there's a
Okay.
confluence if you do, but you don't have to. Like there's a
Okay.
and you get those benefits.
Yeah, I'll be building B.
Okay, so you get a 5 to your build and a 5. You get advantage on resilience rolls.
+5 to build and advantage on resilience.
You also get the trusting social ability, meaning that whenever you work with anyone else from the family, which is basically this entire crew, you get advantage on the teamwork rolls, and +5 if you get an amazing or critical success on top of the +5 you'd normally get.
Is that the one you did? Or which one?
Dana,
For this character,
I don't know what you did for this character.
No. I thought these were good opportunities to develop some characterization. So
It's true. It's true.
Sophie's
Yep.
in the tents.
Oh no, yeah, this one's in the.
Yep, I went with tents also for. It seemed the most fitting for
fortitude
the
and
character.
Advantage, yeah, on silver.
Well, I
on
mean, not
survival.
even the benefits, just the living quarters. Like the tents just seemed the most obvious choice, I guess, for Dingane for the character. It seemed the better choice.
Unfortunately for Dinganda, he starts the campaign with 3 hunger damage.
Yep. And man, I can't even count where the heck my survival has gone up to now. I already had like double proficiency in survival.
Maybe we all hung out and like shared a squirrel or something together once.
Right?
If everyone lived in the tents, so that's the deal. Everyone who lives in the tents, they're like the tent people are all close knit community with each other. They don't help other people. Okay, so this is how it goes. If you're a person in the family and you're walking through the tents and you're not from the tents and you suddenly drop down like you're having a heart attack or you trip and fall, the rest of the tent people will just look at you and be like, well, it sucks to be that guy, right? But if like you ask for their help, they'll help you. So if somebody trips and falls and like bashes their face on the ground, it's like, oh, help me, the tent people will come help them, right? So it's not like complete dicks, but they don't just like immediately offer help. Now, if a tent person's walking through the tents and like slips into a hole and like falls 1,000 feet, all of the tent people will make like a human chain to help get them out. That's the difference. Without even asking, they'll just start like trying to get them out. So that's the difference.
People.
The 10 people stick together because like when the rain goes pouring and the wind starts blowing and your tent flips over, where are you going to go except to someone else's tent? Right? So they're all a close-knit community.
Yeah, that does not fit Gabriel.
Other character's brother lived in the tents too.
The other character didn't live in the tents, though.
Nope, she lived high up.
Like the raft.
Yeah.
Feared the falling. Okay. All right, so that's basically it. The other thing is that if you wanted to, you can choose whether or not you engage in the like weekly worship session. If you did, you gain theology, which gives you advantage on academic roles to know things about supernatural entities. If you didn't, you can gain any. You get to pick one of the knowledge things to gain advantage on academic roles against whatever. So, if Dingane didn't have robotics, for example, he could gain it now.
Yeah, I think that would be handy because I do have advantage on roles with robotics or involving robots. Yep, I'll do that. I'll take robotics. That's awesome.
It's Andrew, to be clear, it's more role playing. It's just like you can roll the academics to know things about monsters.
Okay.
That's it. It's not super important to the character to pick one or not. It just gives you an extra bonus when you're like, oh, I know about zombies or something. Okay, that's it. Now we can begin. Now you guys are all family members officially. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Get to the point where I start the story. Introduction. There I am. 1 week after the events in the rescue, so those of you that know what I'm talking about know what happened. For the rest of you, about a week ago, suddenly out of nowhere, everyone in the family got attacked by some weird mutants with humps. There was a brutal fight that took place. Some people died, like about 1/3 of the community was killed, which is about 100 people were whacked in the process of this attack. And then a bunch of people were kidnapped, but a brave band of intrepid heroes, including one werewolf that had been found on a previous hunt, went about trying to figure out what happened, followed them, tracked them down into a hole that was on the inside of your compound, which led to a series of caves that apparently run under your compound. A fight broke out. They killed a bunch of people, rescued all of the kidnapped people, stole a bunch of the stuff out of the cave, and then blew it up with some C4 dynamite combination that had been set up. So that's what happened about a week ago. That explosion knocked down the wall, and a temporary thing has been put up, but it's not super solid. But it is serving the purpose of keeping zombies from wandering into your compound. But mostly there are extra guards around that area keeping an eye on both where the hole used to be, just to make sure that they don't dig their way back out, and also to make sure no one gets through. What is known is that there's a series of caves and tunnels underneath the compound, so super not safe. But over the past week, people have been looking for the entrances to these underground tunnels and have not been able to find them after the one that was blown up. So they assume that there's another entrance. Otherwise, that really sucks for the people that are now trapped down there forever. But at the same time, what was discovered by the group of people that went down there is that they have been stealing from you slowly over time for the past several years. So they've been taking stuff from... Yeah, from the compound. So fuck them anyway, right? Like, just you blew up their door. Screw them. They've been stealing from you. But it's been about a
I
week.
mean, they were pretty scary in my defense.
They're like camel people or something. Like,
No, they
The
were
hills have
mutants.
eyes. The hills have eyes.
Exactly. Exactly. They were humped mutant things. And they apparently wanted the women. Which was why everyone went, did all of the people who went missing, are they females? And the answer was yes. And they were like, we definitely got to get under in those tunnels quickly before bad things start happening. And that's
Save the women and children.
yeah. So that's what happened. All right. So it's been a week, and while there was a temporary bump in food because you managed to get some out of the tunnels before you blew it up, before it was blown up. Sorry, not you blew it up, because none of you participated in that. Before it was blown up by those intrepid heroes, there was a temporary bump, but there hasn't really been a lot of food. Camp and some people went off on an expedition and did not return for several days. Thus leads to today. Last night, Camp and his people returned with good news and bad news. Bad news is they didn't find any food. Good news is, however, they found a stockpile of clothing with somewhere near 1,000 articles of clothing or more. That's quite a bit of materials, fabric specifically, but what they found was some kind of warehouse, and so everyone can basically get a new pair of clothes, which is kind of nice, but then that fabric can also be repurposed for various things, like maybe making a canopy over the entire compound, so you have that going for you. Maybe, who knows, whatever. There's a lot of clothes. So your clothings are starting to diminish because it's been 10 years or so since the last article of clothing was really made. So you've just been using up all your t-shirts until they're just too full of holes and then using them as a net. Anyway, so they came back. They have found this warehouse. It's not going to feed anybody, but it does give them that opportunity. Arden Parks, one of the people who lives in the family, who's sort of made a name for himself, he has been working on a truck. He's also known as Old Man Parks, for those that may have met him before. He has been working on a truck bus combination that he's put together over the last year or so. And he's volunteered the truck to go bring the materials. However, he's not traveling that far. It's apparently really far away. It's going to take about 9 hours or so driving. And he's just not up for that, because what happens if you guys get stuck or injured or... Anyway, anyone who volunteers, i.e. you guys, are allowed to take whatever articles of clothing you want. There's more than enough for you to take as many as you want, and they're not going to care. And so you're free to have whatever t-shirts and jeans and whatever else you find there. That's fine, because you're going to find so much that they're not going to worry about any that you take. I mean, you're not going to be able to carry more than 10 pairs of pants and 20 shirts, maximum. So they don't care. So I assume, because I'm railroading a little bit, you guys all choose to go?
Yeah.
I want some clothes. I want a Pikachu shirt or something. Like a shirt of something I used to like. That sounds like fun. A pair of jeans.
It sounds like a good benefit for all of the family. And I would really like a pair of the 501s from the commercials before everything fell.
Such an interesting material, too. I like the feel of it.
Do you remember that old jingle? The television jingle? Just, I don't know it at all. I'm just seeing if any of you remember how those commercials go.
I don't even know what a commercial is.
The apocalypse is only 10 years? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would not have remembered any of that.
It's getting harder and harder to remember.
Well, being 6, 7 years old when all the shit hit the fan did not help.
Do you remember what laundry soap smelled like? Love the smell of laundry soap.
Never did it.
A fresh sock out of the dryer. There's nothing like it. I'll go.
Yeah, I think I need some camo shirts and pants.
For sure. So when you meet with Camp, because Camp is going to go with you, you guys get to travel with Camp.
Hello, old friend.
Camp is yes. If you know camp, then you know camp, and sweet. Camp is a non-binary person. Masculine-ish features with a feminine features with a masculine voice. Feminine voice. It's really hard to tell, but that doesn't matter. Really
well,
doesn't- nobody cares.
The
Nobody
response
cares.
is still the same. Hello, my friend.
There's two plans that we have, and since you're going on this mission, you guys can help choose. We can either leave right before dawn, try to get there, load the truck, and get back just after dusk, making a one-day quick run, or we can stay there and camp the night and then leave in the morning. Both are valid options, but leaving in the morning would mean we don't have to drive in the dark, because we can leave a little later in the day. But that's up to you guys. You guys are going to be part of this, so I want to make sure you guys have a choice. Either way is fine with me. I didn't see anything. I think it's relatively safe. We did encounter stuff along the way, your standard zombies and foxes and things like that, but we didn't hit aliens or giant killer robots or anything. So
I would think headlights at night would attract a lot of attention.
Yes, I agree. Headlights at night will attract lots of attention.
And early to rise is always God's way, isn't it?
But if it gets too late, we should stay there. Warehouse might be able to defend that. But yeah, let's leave in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with the morning plan.
So you want to leave later in the morning, or you want to leave before dawn? I'm
Before
confused.
dawn.
Well,
I say you eat breakfast and they get out.
Yeah, that was the plan, right? Drive up there and camp the night and come back the next day.
Right. So that's the question.
Yeah.
Are we going to try to make one day run or camp the night?
Camp
say-
the night, I was thinking.
Only camp
Okay.
if it's too late. If it's a really breezy drive, then we have no need to stay there. If we just go straight there and then we get to come back. But let's not drive at night. I agree. The headlights.
Okay. So we're gonna play it by ear a little bit, but we'll try to leave a little early and see if we can get back before dark. But I'm going to guess we probably can't. It's 9 hours out that way. It's like 300 miles.
How with the area that we're in, like how far do we know is like a good safe zone out of the compound?
So basically, when you leave the compound, you nothing's safe.
Okay.
But the farther out you get, the harder it will be for anyone to come rescue you, right?
Okay.
So if you're 4 hours away, it's gonna take 4 hours for a rescue to come to you, and if you're trying to hold off zombies for 4 hours,
Yeah, I'm not really.
then-
I'm like saying like how like.
Oh
like,
yeah,
outside the
so
walls, is it like zombies already outside the walls? Or
there
is
are
it,
there
like-
are zombies outside the walls, but they're manageable. There are lights and turrets and things around the walls that keep you kill them off before they get too tremendously
Mhm.
close.
Okay.
In a previous adventure, they sort of found that you can go out a decent distance from the compound, about a day's walk, and be relatively okay. That's the hunting range for most of the people that go out to find food. And there's a river about 2 days walk out, but once you get past 2 days of walking, you're kind of boned. It starts getting really dangerous, and people who've gone out past that haven't really come back, so you're not sure how dangerous it is at that. The fact that Camp's group went a 9-hour drive away and have come back is really impressive. That either means that Camp is pretty awesome, or his people were pretty awesome, or whatever, or maybe they're just super lucky. But this is the first time we've heard of anyone going out for several days and actually returning.
How often
Yeah,
do
I
you
would-
go out in cars?
Hmm?
Like, are car missions very frequent around this family?
Camp is basically the only one that tries it, and those that are willing to go with him.
Gotcha.
Him, her, it, they.
Yeah, I like to stick to the. I like to stick to the daytime. To the daytime.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to write this down that you chose stick to daytime. Cool beans. All right. So you chose stick to daytime. This page goes over there. All right. You guys get up roughly before dawn. You eat some breakfast for whatever you can. You have enough food that you can consume 1 food unit's worth of food. Just note that means that that's 1 food unit off of whatever you have to eat for the day. If you only have to eat 1, you're lucky. If you have to eat 2 or more, which is pretty much everybody, then you are still having to eat some later on today. But that's all the family could spare because they're really running out of food.
Where would we see that at on our?
On the character sheets on the back side. Well, so you have a build, right? A build of like 50, 70, 90 or something like that.
Yeah, he's like 20 years old.
Right. Let me.
So he's like young.
Yeah, it's a matter of actually the fortitude plus strength.
Okay.
Let me bring up the pre-made characters so that I can find out where we are with yours. Oh, I think I have the wrong ones saved. I think I do.
If you tally this up, hunger.
Aaron.
Yeah, I am not small.
Okay.
Dingane, he's what big build size?
Correct.
At like 105.
Yep.
So that's I have to eat like 4 units of food,
All right,
or I
so,
start starving.
So it looks like
Because he's like 6'7". He's a big guy.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast.
so Aaron Gabriel Reyes is 90 is his build, which puts him in the category of average. He's just lucky to be average. Slightly
Okay, cool.
under. So you only have to eat 2 food units a day.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, Scott, I took the survival instincts archetype, which means that when starving with an ally, reduce hunger requirement by 1.
Mhm.
FYI.
Yeah. So if you and one other person reach that starving category of not having eaten, what it means is that you, because you're so hungry, are managing to find at least something to eat, whether it be roots or like
Bugs.
boiling the bark of a tree or something. You're finding a little bit of food for you guys. Not enough to sustain you, as it were, but enough to like take the
Hold
edge
you
off.
over.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Mhm.
Sophie has eaten bugs.
It won't fill you up, but the stomach pains will go away.
Exactly. I mean, it's
You want
muddy
this
water,
grub.
but hey, it works.
Right? Think of it like mineral
Get
water.
a cloth or
Just
something.
Really thick minerals.
Exactly.
Nice and get him with a good crunch.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. So that's what that special ability does.
Cool.
Yep.
So that could apply. And how
Mhm,
did you mark down your hunger thing? So we just
And the priest, there's a priest special ability too called communion, where basically you do the same thing. So if you guys synergize when you build your characters, like in the future, if you ever play my game as a group together, and you synergize when you build your characters, you could build a character that has like both of those abilities, where the priest knocks it down 1 and the survivor knocks it, or the hunter knocks it down 1. So the 2 of you together basically feed the group when everyone's starving. Just keep people from dying, essentially.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yep.
That's pretty great.
Yep.
The abilities working well and playing off each other.
Yeah, I mean, I can't take all the credit. Those are partially from the board game, but what I did was I took what happens in the board game and I tried to apply it to the game rules. So, in case you didn't know, Andrew, this is a board game. You're playing the RPG version.
Okay, cool.
This is the board game right here. Oh, oops, upside down again. I almost did it again. Rock Manor Games created this called Maximum Apocalypse, and what we have here is I have developed the RPG, in conjunction with them. Like we made an agreement and we've come up with it. So I don't have the priest card, but the priest has a special ability called communion where he gives food to everybody.
I did not take that one.
Yeah, I know. I figured you didn't. I figured you took something else like blessing or prayer. I don't know. I didn't look at your character sheet. Did you send me your character? You sent it
Yes,
to me.
I
didn't you?
did.
Yeah, and I glanced at it. I was working earlier. So
That's actually pretty sweet.
So yeah. So when it's all out and done, you can buy the board game as well, and then have like the character cards and stuff. So you have like an actual card to use for reference when you're playing the game. Okay. Well, anyway, back to the story. So you guys
My bad.
start out after dawn, and you turn on the 18-wheeler, and of course it goes, and it makes a boatload of noise.
I recoil from the sound
Yeah.
and just kind of collect myself for a moment.
Let's see. So your EAG.
I'm just standing there with a grin ear to ear. Just like, oh.
Your EAG just went up by 50. So
Oh my god. That's
Dingane just kind of scans the horizon from up on top of the rig, thinking like, that's loud. I wonder how far that's traveling. And just kind of like scanning and watching as it starts up from the compound.
well, when you get on top of the rig, so this is basically how the rig breaks down. You have the cab of the rig. By the way, the roll that I made was just barely over the 50, so you guys are not being attacked. Just FYI. Luck. Okay, so the truck is essentially made of a bunch of different pieces. You guys have seen the picture, but if you haven't seen the picture, basically it's got the front part of a truck, a Mack truck, and then a back part's been added. You can get on top of it, and there's a gun turret up there, and there's one space. And unfortunately, the gun needs to be manned by somebody, so whoever's in that space can man the gun, and that's about it. Like, that's how many people can be up there. Then there's a bus where the front tires have been taken off, and it's propped up onto the back of the truck. And this bus has tires and things on it to keep it reinforced and protected in case it rolls or in case you get attacked by Molotov cocktails or whatever. You get some armor to it. On top of that, there are 2 drums. The drums contain bullets, not oil or gas. They contain bullets for the turrets. There are 2 turrets on the top of the bus. There are 10 cargo spaces on top of the bus, meaning that there are 10 of you that can be up there. I'm sorry, 8 total because of the 2 that are being taken up by the... Actually, hold on. There's the drums and... Okay, so there's 6 because there are 4 spots being taken up by turrets and drums. But you can be up there. And then inside, there's all of the cargo space where you would store basically the stuff. Now, people can be in there as well, but that's where you're going to put all the things later on. So right now, you could climb in there and be hidden out in there. But that's for storing all of this clothing. And then on the back, you have an extra gasoline tank that sort of drops into the tank of the bus, which then drops into the tank of the truck. And that's how you're able to have 800 liters of gasoline, which is more than enough gasoline to get you from where you're starting to where you're ending, and some detours in between if you need. But essentially what you're going to want to do is when you get there and load up the bus with stuff, you're going to want to drop that extra tank because you're probably going to not need it anymore. You're going to want to make sure all the gas gets back into the rest of the tanks. But for right now, there's 4 spaces inside the truck. There's 1 on top of the cab, 4 inside the cab, 1 on top of the cab, and then 6 on top of the buses, and then 10 inside. A cargo space can essentially hold 1 person or 500 CP worth of stuff. So that's something to consider. But the turrets on the top are they're guns. They're belt-fed machine guns. So you can use those for dealing with any issues you might run into along the way. That's the truck.
Okay.
D2 remains
Yeah,
chase.
Dingane would climb up on top of the bus portion.
Okay.
Jump his way up from the truck to the hood of the bus to the top,
Mhm.
and he's kind of looking around, scanning from there.
There are some basic handholds that that Parks put in there so people could climb up there. He recognized that if he's going to put his hood on top of the bus, he better make a way for people to get up to it.
Sophie's kind of checking it out. She wants to just crawl all over it and investigate every detail and crevice and corner of this place. I'm going to come around and look at the cockpit area. Cockpit? Is that what you call it? The driver's
Cabin.
seat. Whatever the seat is. And just like check out the controls. It's been a while since she's seen a car, probably.
I mean, besides the one that the ones that they have on the compound that they work on and try to make fixed and work.
The ever-ending maintenance. Is Camp going to be driving the car?
So if none of you offer to drive, Camp will drive. But otherwise, Camp was intending to be the navigation / shotgun.
You see Gabriel's hand go up, like, I want to drive.
Can you drive? Did you drive ever. You're like
I was-
a baby, right?
I was like 10
Very
when the
friendly.
shit hit the. I was like 10, so no.
You've
But
never.
yes, I want to drive.
Probably learned on the compound.
I mean, if you've hung out with any like people like Parks, for example, you probably had a chance to drive the occasional vehicle. I mean,
Camp, I can drive.
Right? I'm not so great at driving. I would have to say, if it was a scale of, I don't know, say 1 to 100, I'd put myself at about a 40.
Camp, you should let me drive.
yeah, if you want to drive, that's fine with me. I have no problem with that.
Although, yeah, I mean, it would make sense for my character. She does have it as a skill, and she's very instinctual, so she could probably drive semi good. I don't know if anyone's driving focus.
Well, it is a pretty long drive. If you guys wanted to switch out, that's also probably okay. So I'm going to be up in the cab, and there's a couple of other spots. I don't know who else is going to be up here with us, but we should probably get going.
I just climb up in the cab and I sit in the back corner with just hands crossed.
I wanted to
drive the
truck.
Try to get
I
up.
wanted to drive the truck.
I'll try to get up on the top like bus part as well.
Okay, so you're going to get on top of the bus. So there'll be 2 of you on top of the bus, none of you on top of
That's
the
where
cab.
the guns are. Is that?
There's 1 gun on top of the cab and 2 on the back of the bus, on top of the bus.
I hop into the driver's seat next to Camp, presumably. Or he's on the shotgun area.
Yeah, he's in the passenger seat.
Okay.
But there's 2 behind them. There are 2 spots behind them.
And I'm just back in the corner, just
Right. So you got this guy behind him, and you're going to be on the driver's seat. So there'll be 3 of you in the cab. But yeah, so as far as the gun turrets go, there's one on the cab that points forward essentially and can be moved back and forth, basically forward in like a 50-degree arc or whatever, so like that. And then there's one to the side that points to the right side of the vehicle. One to the back that points backwards. The left side of the vehicle doesn't have as much protection, based on the assumption that somebody will be on top doing their own shooting off of the left side. It's the driver's side, and so also presumably the driver can swerve a lot easier because they can see out their mirror a lot better. So that's why the driver's side is not quite so protected. So yeah, but the guns are inside of a big rubber tire, so you do have some cover when you're inside. You're not just laying on top of the bus like shooting. You actually are like squatting and or kneeling and right. And you have some protection. So there's that. Okay, so you guys begin driving, and you're driving and you're driving and you're driving. As you're driving, let's see. I think we'll go ahead and skip those 2 encounters. Maybe I'll save them for the way back. We'll see how it goes.
if we get there.
So yeah, Sophie, you have to make for me 2 driving checks. Let's just do 1 first and see how that goes. Go and roll driving for me.
Okay. I have a history of bad rolls, but that one's not bad. Okay, first roll is 43.
Okay.
And
That's a regular success for her.
Okay, a regular success. All right, so those of you on top, there's some debris in the road, and they have to make a bit of an off-road detour, just a bit. And she goes off-road, and there's a little bit of some bumpiness, but the truck manages to get through just fine. However, you guys just go ahead and make like an athletics roll at advantage and see how you do. You won't fall off, but you may take like some basic damage.
Both of us are on top.
Those of you that are on top of the bus, yeah, because it bounces as it goes through this
So
off-road.
it's, having a good athletics.
oh
And
no.
now
I got a great success.
All right, you're fine. You're totally fine.
I failed.
Okay, that's fine. You're just gonna take like 1 point of some damage from being bumped around and jostled. If you
little
want to take it
nauseous.
to your armor, that's fine with me. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah. It's not like supposed to be a tremendous amount. Just to signify that you bounced around a little bit. Like, oh, maybe you bent up your chest piece or your hat flew off or something.
And you wanted a second drive roll?
Yes, and now you can. But first, Camp is going to try to help you navigate this one, so you can find a nice, safe way. Camp fails. All right, so go ahead and make a drive roll.
Another regular success, 65.
All right, this one you won't have to do that. It's not quite as bumpy. All right, so you guys get jostled around on the top. In the cab, not the greatest ride ever. In fact, Gabriel, you might have done a better job.
I'm actually looking at his skills, and he doesn't have anything for drive.
Nope, nope, not at all. But that doesn't mean he doesn't think he would have done a better job.
Nope.
All right, so you guys get through. You eventually get to a point where you go past a mountain pass. It's really narrow, and you slow down a little bit. There's a mountain on one side and a severe drop on the other side. Nothing too tremendously crazy happens. You take it nice and slow. You don't see anyone else on the road besides
the guy is keeping an eye out on the cliffs overhead.
Good call. You get past that, and then you get to a bridge, and the bridge has a bunch of cars that are all just all over the place. You kind of shove a few out of the way as you're going through it. You're not flying through it, but you're driving fast enough to just sort of push them aside. You take some minor scrapes on the vehicle, but nothing to like damage your armor or anything like that. After several hours of driving, I'm sure you might stop to urinate or something. I don't know. Does anyone have a weak bladder? No? No one took that negative
I have allergies.
trait? Oh.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Is there like whole plant fields or something that might...
Yeah, the allergies suck. Whenever she tries to start sneaking, she has to roll to not sneeze and give away her position.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Oh no.
Oh dear god.
I mean, you can roleplay all the allergies you want, but it really only affects you when you come to like sneaking.
I hopefully will not be doing any sneaking with this character.
By the way, are we driving on any like old roads or something? that
Yeah,
might still-
you follow most of some of a freeway, then some access roads. You eventually get near water, and you're traveling along the banks of a lake. But for whatever reason, or a sea, Camp calls it the Great Lakes. But those of you that have been around a while know that it's the Great Lakes Sea. From the earthquakes that broke apart and put all the Great Lakes into one big saltwatery mess.
Aha.
So it's the Great Lakes Sea. You're traveling along that for a little while. Eventually, you get to a town. You roll up on what appears to be a fairly large-sized town, but it's quite abandoned. Let's see, where is the arriving Queenstown? You come up on the outskirts of the town, and you find that it's dilapidated and clearly abandoned. There's a series of small two-lane roads that go through the town that make left turns and right turns. And they have names named after people like Smith's Road and John's Road. But this is clearly some place. You didn't see any town signs or anything when you rolled up on it. You don't really know, but the buildings are old and stuff. Go ahead and those of you that are on top of the truck, roll a perception roll for me, if you would. In fact, Sophie might also get to make one because she's driving. But unfortunately, Gabriel, you're in the back. You can't really see anything.
Yeah, I did. No.
Yeah.
I failed.
Okay.
Amazingly, I also failed.
I got a regular success.
Okay. Which is great because you're driving. You notice that along the tops of some of the buildings, especially crossing the streets, there seem to be some kinds of like connections. Like there's boards that have been laid across between houses. And then across the road are strung some ropes here and there. Not sure what that's all about, but you noticed it, and so you were careful not to like snag any of them with the exhaust pipes from the truck. They were high enough, but it's just kind of a strange thing for them to all be kind of strong and connected. Camp just keeps sitting in the driver's seat or passenger seat. Sorry, I keep messing that up. They direct you to make a left turn when you come to a junction where there's a left and right.
I use the signal. I apply like all driving rules that I learned when I was 18 and got my license. Like stopping at stop sign.
You push the little bar up that should make the clicking noise. Well, I guess it's pulled down in this case. The clicking noise. Nothing happens. The's no clicking, no blinking, no signaling that you can tell. But you do it anyway. You do it anyway.
She's been doing it the whole ride, only if we're like on roads where such rules once applied. But
honks at the occasional car that's not moving. Okay, so you make the left turn, and then you come up on some more houses, and there's a junction where it looks like the road kind of goes at a sharp left, but that's where Camp wants you to turn again. It's called Dogman Road. Dogman Road.
It's the werewolf. Oh, Steve.
Their wolf. Their castle. Sorry.
All right. Is that like
good time.
Is that the location? Are we
Yeah.
there?
So you make that left turn. Go ahead and make a drive roll for me because it's a really tight turn. I'm going to see how well you do on this turn.
Make it.
Where's my drive? Still no good successes, but it's a success. We
Okay.
squeaked by it.
You squeak by. It's really tight, and for a moment, everyone in the truck is afraid you're about to like scrape a building, but you manage to make the turn well enough that you don't hit anything. Maybe like knock over a sign or something, but like nothing tremendously damaging to anyone or anything. And you on the back, you guys that are hanging out on top of the bus are like, you get whipped a little bit, but you're fine. You don't lose the bus or the back tank or anything like that. So you're able to make the turn, and then you start up Dogman Road. There's a couple of little twists and turns, and then it empties where you have a field on one side and a couple of buildings to the left that are just as dilapidated looking as the others. But you roll up on this building that is that has written on it Dogman Factory Warehouse. Where were we? Okay, so the warehouse is essentially a one-story building that's 14 feet tall, and it has 4 bay doors. Or 3 bay doors, I'm sorry, 3 bay doors. And then a normal human door that you got some stairs that go up and then a human door. Camp goes in and opens the door. It's been busted open. Maybe he gets out of the truck and goes in. And then he opens with pulling on a chain, opens one of the bay doors for you to back the truck into. We're not going to make you roll it because you're just going to get as close as you can and then stop, and then you guys can load the bus. But when he opens it, you see that it's got these 5 rows of shelves that go up to the ceiling. There's basically a shelf every 3 feet, and there's boxes on the shelves. A couple of them are on the floor, and they've been tore open, and you can see articles of clothing have just spilled out of them. And it looks like they've all been sort of opened to basically the extent that you can figure out what they all are. They all have the Dogman clothing label on them, which is essentially what looks to be like a cartoon-looking man with his arms like this, and he's got a wolf face.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
So,
just
what do
looking
you guys want to do?
around. These are all just like spilled out somewhere where we can see them. Have
Yeah,
we,
you
like,
can see when he's opening the bay door, you can see the box that's open and like the clothing spilled out, and you can see that behind him there are just rows of shelves with more boxes on them.
Gotcha.
Is there like anything like around, like any baddies around?
If there's any what?
Like like anything that can possibly hurt us or?
No, it's tremendously clear. No signs of anyone or anything. Not even the signs of like dead zombies that have been wasted by some of your people. Just clear.
He's gonna pull his riot shield out of the bus where it was stowed. Big giant thing made from the like chest plate armor of a destroyed robot, patched up in a couple of spots with like an old post office box or something. But yeah, he's gonna grab that and climb up to the door and just kind of look around and give a listen. And it almost seems too quiet. He kind of looks over to Champ and calls out.
Yeah, I mean, we were quite surprised to find it so empty. This town doesn't seem to be, aside from run down, doesn't seem to be touched by anyone. I mean, we didn't spend much time here, but we didn't. There were no zombies, no robots, no aliens milling about. It's like a godsend.
In the area where our car came from, is that like a driveway of some sort, or?
It's a road, just a 2-lane road that leads up to the factory.
Is there a lot of like other buildings around us?
Yeah.
Or is
So on the road up, there were a lot of dilapidated houses. It just looks like this town is composed mostly of houses, at least as much of it as you've seen. You've only seen the one side of it, right? You didn't go very far in. You made a left turn at the first junction, and then you made another left at the second junction, and then you followed the windy road up to the factory. So you really only looked through like a small portion of the town. But it looked a lot bigger from farther away when you guys rolled up on it.
Are there more of the ramps that were connecting houses together?
Yeah, you see some in front of you. There's some buildings. So the factory has a parking lot, right, where this loading area is, and then on the other side there are houses, right? Like I said, there's some dilapidated houses right there as you rolled up into the place. So there's some directly across from where you are. In fact, there's an entire sort of looks like a cul-de-sac of houses, and you can, from where you're at, if you look directly to the right, which in this case is what you to the right or west, you see the road that you were on when you came up to the factory. There's a slight incline, and then the factory is there, so you can see the road you came on.
It's still empty right now.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Still a clear road.
You say the door is open to the factory?
Yeah, he opened the
Okay.
they opened the bay door.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock an arrow and stealthily walk inside the factory.
Okay, so you can get out.
I'm just like, this is a little suspicious.
Are you going to turn off the truck?
Oh, yes, definitely. That truck is off. It's off as
Got
I
it.
can.
Got it. Okay, so you got as close to the door as you could, and then it's fine because you have the tank on the back, so you can't back up directly into it. You have this tank hanging out. But close enough that you guys could, sort of chain load the bus. It only takes 3 of you, though. Essentially, with Dingane carrying most of the weight, he could pretty much load it rather quickly. But it really only takes 3 of you, so one of you is free to do whatever if you don't necessarily want to help. It's up to you.
I'm gonna sit in the driver's seat, ready to.
I guess 2 of you,
start
because camp counts as 1 too.
up. Oh, Cam is one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be ready to make a quick getaway if we have to.
Okay, so you're gonna hang out in the truck.
I'll
Yeah.
stay on top and look out towards the road.
I'm gonna take my gun out just
Or
in
just
case.
keep an eye on everything.
My
Okay.
revolver.
Keeping an eye out. All right. So the loading takes a little bit of time. You guys already decided you were going to possibly camp if it got too late. It's pretty late in the day already. Some of your detours and things managed to make the sun drop in the sky.
Quick question.
Yep.
Does a gun come with an automatic round of ammo, or does all ammo have to be purchased with CP and CX?
Did you have any left over?
I had like 7 CP.
That's 1 3/4 bullets.
I have my bat out. I don't have a gun out. I've got one. Like Pirates of the Caribbean style. Okay.
I could have easily thrown some CP over before we left to supplement the production of ammo for you.
Ah, shit.
Yeah,
So
I've got 84 CP on me. You're
Oh,
free to dump
well.
it
Probably
all in
okay,
ammo if you want.
One key trick that was offered to me by a person who was helping advise on the project, i.e. Jonathan Miles. Shout out to Jonathan Miles. If you have CX, then the CX, like CP, where CP can just be randomly used to fix things, CX can be randomly used to fill your firearms. This is a
Or
suggestion.
CX, that's the one, right?
Right. This was a suggestion by Jonathan Miles, and I think it actually makes a lot of sense because then it makes
So,
CX even more impressive.
CP and CX are kind of like ammo or
No,
stuff
so
that-
CP. So okay, so CP is component pieces, and they're essentially random, undefined things that can be used for repairs and stuff. They could be whatever you want them to be. They could be powders, wires, and they really don't have to be defined by you at all. They can be defined in the moment. So if you need some tape, you can. I have some tape, right? That's just how the CP work. CX are basically the same thing, only a CX is for CP. It's essentially a self-contained item that by itself does nothing, but when added to a larger piece does something. Like a bullet is a bullet, and it's just a bullet, and it won't shoot itself, but if you put it in a gun, it will fire, right? Or like the chain of a bike, it's several pieces, and by itself is basically just a chain, but if you throw it onto a bike, it now makes the bike work.
So what's the translation for CX to bullets? Is it one-on-one?
It's a CXE as a 1-to-1. That's why it allows for that whole like free.
How about
Right.
for arrows?
Arrows
That'd be-
are only 2 CP. So a CX is 2 arrows essentially, or a
Okay.
CP is 2 CP for 1 arrow. So those of you who didn't arm yourself with ammo, as it were, that's what you have. Any leftover CX and CP you throw into that.
For CX, I have 9. I've only got 9 CX.
That's 9
I got-
bullets you could hand over.
Yep, that's 9 bullets. Yep.
Yep.
I can't translate the CP over, but I have a lot of CP if we need it.
Yeah, I have a lot of CP as well. So
Rad.
Cool. So
Um,
that's 9 bullets,
Moral of the story is Dingana is like, I got some bullets.
right? Pulls it
as
out of
I
one of
see-
the, cargo
as I see
pack
Degane
pockets.
hand over bullets, I hand over 5. I just like, yeah, I have like 5 bullets. And I
Yeah,
Go
it was a great suggestion because previously you needed to like define a CX as a bullet for it to be work as a bullet. But he's like, but if I can just reach in my bag and pull out whatever random component piece I need for repair, why can't I just reach in my bag and pull out bullets when I need them? And I was like, sure, your magic bag of magic, why not? I've got magic beans. They become what I want when I need them.
Wow.
Just the way nature intended.
Yep, they're capsule tech. Okay, so Dragon Ball references aside, okay, so you guys it's pretty late in the day, but you managed to load the bus. Annette, you're on top of the truck. You're looking around, you're actively looking, and so is Sophie, so you guys are kind of keeping an eye out. Both of you go ahead and roll perception for me.
Here's a
I
question.
failed.
Is that a 10 or a 0?
That's a 0.
Okay.
So 60.
60, and this was perception. Regular success.
Wow. Okay, so a regular success and a failure.
I failed every roll I've made so
I've done average.
Okay. So if
Okay.
you see kind of a glint of some kind of shiny thing off of one of the rooftops, it doesn't stand out to you as anything super terrifying. It could just be like a bird that was moving something, or a mouse that moved something, or a wind that blew something. Just a brief flash of reflection.
Can I poke a net and try to point it out?
She's up on top of the truck, but you can certainly tick tick tick.
Smack it. I'm gonna smack the top of the car. Hey, you see something over there?
A building?
Gonna point up at the top. Like, no, I don't know. Like
No, I don't see anything.
something.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at it with some mild interest and just kind of like attentive. But
Gabriel, what have you been doing this whole time? Have you been helping?
Yeah, I was helping. Yeah.
Okay.
I walked in first.
Oh, that's
kinda
right. And they
sure,
decided
and
they
then
were the
I-
ones not doing anything, and so you've been helping. All right.
Yes.
All right.
That's not doing anything. I am watching and ready to drive away from here.
So the sun is fairly low in the sky when you finish loading up the bus. You guys can also like pick and choose all kinds of whatever clothing you want. There are t-shirts, mostly some sweatpants, a few pairs of jeans, none of the 501s, because these are all Dogman factory like brand, which whatever quality that means. And then you have some hats and some other stuff.
Is there like anything that's like?
Are
What was
they
that?
like factory stocked? Wait, I'm asking stupid questions.
What's the question?
Which one of us?
You were saying you were asking stupid questions. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Are they like really soft sweat? You know when you get sweatpants from the grocery store and they're just like, I mean, you wash them and they get all like beaded, but when you first buy them, they're just like so gentle.
Yep. These are unworn, untouched, soft sweatpants.
I'm like loaded up with as many sweatpants as I can carry, and I'm like rubbing the inside of one on my face.
They do keep you warm at night.
Is there like any like camo or like dark clothing that's around?
They have all of the trendy camo / dark colors. So your camo has the Dogman logo on it, but that's fine, right? It's still camo.
Rip that off. I could just rip that off, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I want to find the softest thing too.
Pairs of socks that say Dogman on them.
Hey Scott,
Huh.
Do camo sweatpants provide a bonus?
Camo sweatpants? No, unfortunately. They don't provide a camo bonus. They do provide a bonus against weather, though. You get advantage against weather. They're basically the same as like being in a sleeping bag, but like you're wearing it rather than sleeping in it.
So they're like that gaudy hot pink camo that doesn't do jack shit for anybody. Okay.
Yep.
Just checking.
I mean, I'm not going to get too detailed and say like your Dogman camo might have been Arctic camo. We're not going to get into that one. But yeah, like the ladies camo, it's not real camo.
Pink and black and all little white and stuff. And yep.
Yeah.
Some paisley colors or some pale colors and calling it camo. Yeah.
I want those ones.
Yeah.
It can help you hide in like a Target or something. That's about it.
But for the most part, it's pretty much just t-shirts and sweatpants and some hats and some pants, some jeans. A lot of that. No shoes, unfortunately. There are no shoes. Apparently, Dogman brand did not cover shoes, but they do have socks, so it's all fabrics. The sun is pretty low in the sky. Based on what you're looking at, if you were to make a guess, you would get an hour or two on the road, and then you'd be in the dark. So you'd spend roughly 7 hours driving in the dark. So what do you think?
I don't like it here. It's weird.
Yeah, I come to that conclusion as well. I don't like it.
Maybe we should drive until we lose the light and camp there.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
Or if you're willing, we can drive with the moonlight and keep driving, no headlights.
That sounds dangerous.
That could be very risky.
You didn't like my driving? I passed my driver's test on the.
Is it a clear night right now or no?
It looks like it probably would be a clear night, but you're gonna be driving for 9 hours. The weather changes in that time.
We're probably a little tired after such a long drive and then loading clothes. But
you are pretty tired. None of you are suffering from any kind of exhaustion from it, but you're pretty tired.
What if we go inside the warehouse and close all the doors and we sleep there?
And make yourself a little shelter?
Cam, did you walk through this whole place the first time?
Yep. We had a car. We drove up. We walked through. We walked around. We didn't walk much through town because just like this, we were losing light, so we decided to camp here in this factory, which is how we discovered that all of this was closed, and then we left in the morning to head back.
Have you guys noticed those ramps between the rooftops?
Ramps?
I thought I saw something up there earlier. I don't know. I think it was just my imagination.
You've been seeing a lot of things today.
Well, yeah, because I'm driving. Sophie says very curtly, as if it were obvious.
I'm not sure I like the idea that my driver is seeing things.
Dingani's gonna climb back up on top of the bus and take a look and see if he can see anything on the rooftops.
Okay.
Look for ramps or anything.
Now that you're targeting specifically rooftops, you kind of know what you're looking for. Go ahead and make your perception at advantage.
Oh, okay. At advantage.
Yeah. Because you were
Oh.
Oh.
given some insight into what you might be looking for.
Perception. Oh, that's just a regular success. I
Okay.
did check. I was like, "Is it? It looks pretty good." No, I was just off. But no, regular success.
Okay, so yeah, you do see these boards that are across rooftops and some ropes that are strung across roofs. No clear idea what they're doing, but you do see that.
Sophie is right. There are what look like ramps across the rooftops. I can see them. Were those here last time? Did you see them, champ?
Put them here.
I like how you're calling Camp Champ.
Camp.
That's right. You can call them Champ. That's fine.
English is his second language.
That's true, yeah. So Champ is gonna climb the roof of the. It's gonna climb up to. They are gonna climb up to the top of the bus, and
Yeah, I'm gonna just come up there so you take a good look as well.
yeah, and then check around as well. You guys can all. You can make a roll too. See what you see.
Man,
Camp also gets a success.
Once upon a time, I had binoculars, but I lost them along the travels.
Oh.
Were they yours or were they someone else's?
Yeah, I'll probably get them back after he loses them the first time. damn time paradox apocalypse. You guys are weird.
So I don't know
Alright.
how this works, but I got a 30. I got 38,
Okay.
and I don't know how that. I'm looking at perception. I have 3 different things. I don't know. What?
So based on your perception, right? So that's
Yep.
that's a skill. What you
Yep.
have, so those 3 numbers are essentially your what's called the degree of success. So the
Okay.
first number is a success. The second
Mm-hmm.
number is the half point. It's called a great success, and the third number is an amazing success. The fourth number would be 001. The idea is that if you get one of those numbers, you reach the threshold where more or better things happened based on that success.
Okay.
This is particularly important when it comes to combat because you want to, if you're the attacker, you want to do so well that the people can't beat your degrees of success. So like it's essentially you roll, they roll, whoever got the better degrees of success wins that challenge, right?
Okay.
Yep.
And I got a 38, and mine is
So
45
45
for.
is your first one, right? So that's where you would succeed. Is getting below 45.
Are
It
we
was getting
also
below 40.
rolling
Okay,
or
cool.
no?
So it's just a regular then. Okay, cool.
We're not looking up there.
What's up?
Are we also rolling?
No. Just the people that climbed up to find out what you were talking about, right? They're like,
Gotcha.
what? Things on roofs, right? So Dingane went first and was like, oh, yeah, there totally are. And the other's like, what? And so then Camp and Gabriel were like, what? And they both climbed up there. And were
Yep.
like, oh, I guess there are. So now basically everybody but Annette has seen these planks across roofs. So Annette can be in as much denial as she wants to be. That's
I'll believe
totally
everyone
fine.
now.
We're all trying to deceive you.
What?
Well,
You're all seeing
Dingane
crazy?
was
I have to believe it.
Dingane's first thought was coming to the aid of another tent folk.
That's true.
So
right?
everybody was seeming to doubt it. So he went up and went like, "Nope, I can see them right now. I dare you to challenge it."
They're right there.
I'm from the tents too.
Oh, you're from the tents too?
Matt just believes.
Oh,
Oh, someone from the tents been lying to me about ramps on the rooftop.
Maybe that's normal.
wait, did I get that one wrong? Were you guys both tents or?
They were both tents.
Okay, cool.
So there are 3 tents. Then one building.
Yeah.
Was it building B or building?
Building B.
Yeah, building B. And
Yep.
and Camp is a building A building A person. Camp
Campus
lives
walls for life.
Camp lives in the climb around and swing to your doom section of the housing. Lives in a hammock at the very, very top of the factory.
Fly without risk.
Yep. So you guys all see that now. Yeah, there's some kind of weird thing. What do you want to do? I'm gonna give you the option, and then we're gonna make stuff happen.
Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable with this. I'd rather like to get out of here.
Me too. I liked Ngane's idea. We could leave this place behind, get back into the wilderness where it's not weird. It's different kinds of dangerous, I guess.
'Kay.
So y'all
So that's 3 votes for get the hell out of here.
get the hell out of Dodge.
Wow, you guys are lucky again. Okay.
And
Okay, well, then let's get everyone back together and let's get out of here. So you guys climb up in your position. So where do you go?
I'll go in one of the gun nests.
Okay.
Up top.
Gabe, aka Reaper, is in a gun nest.
Going back to the driver's seat. I haven't really left it much all day except to just walk around and
Sophie,
pet sweatpants
driver.
in my face.
Okay. Dingane, where are you going to go?
I'll go back up to the top of the bus again.
Take a gun nest spot?
Yeah.
Or whatever, top of the bus. Okay. And Annette?
Is there a third gun up there? I don't know.
There is. There's a third gun. And technically, I don't think Dingane is actually going to man a gun. I don't know what Dingane's ballistic skill level is, but I'm guessing not super high.
It's really awful. Like, it would be. He's great at cover fire. Just not great at really hitting anything unless
Throwing
luck's on his
bullets
side.
around to make people think that something's happening.
Yep.
Well, I'll head towards one of the guns.
Okay. Gun nest.
We're
Cool.
just there for a place to hang on.
And Camp is going to go to shotgun again. So
Hang on good, guys. I'm a little off my game. FYI.
We'll see how it goes. All right. So you guys decide to leave. You fire up the truck. That kicks a bunch of points into that. Yeah. So you start to drive away. As you start down the road, let's see. As you start down the road, you're driving along, and about 3/4 of the way down, you hit a barricade. It's directly in front of you. You don't hit it. There's a barricade suddenly in front of you. It's made up mostly of makeshift steel objects like sheet metal. It's really thin barricade, but it is a barricade. There are a couple of 50-gallon drums that are burning some kind of material. It's creating a smoke. It clearly has just been lit because the smoke isn't really heavy yet, but it's starting to come out of it. You can see it as you kind of come around one of the turns, and it's right there in front of you. What do you want to do, Sophie, the driver?
I'm just taking a good look around before she
Okay.
decides what to do.
So go ahead and roll your perception, and I'll tell you. what you see.
Perception, definitely good looks around.
Okay,
all
so you're gonna look around. You don't have much time, so look quick, I guess.
Failed.
Freaking 4. It's almost a great success, but it's not. It's a regular one. So
You got a
Regular.
4?
No, she got a 41.
Oh, I was like,
my 10 is a 4 and a 1. So
you got a 4 and it's only a success. What is your perception number 2? Like, what is this?
Got a 76, and it's
Okay.
a 45 for.
All right, so
my
you-
regular.
So you didn't
Is that a-
really. So you failed. That's what that means.
Okay,
It means you didn't
okay,
get a
gotcha,
success.
okay.
So you didn't see anything.
So higher than the number, it's bad.
Yeah, the higher. So you want to roll below your number as much as possible. That's why that
Okay,
half number is a greater version, and then a quarter number is an even greater version. You want to try to
Got
get
it.
below it. Right. The lower
Okay.
the number, the better off you are. Because
Yeah.
that threshold number essentially dictates at what point your natural abilities are. Right. So anything below
Okay.
that is where you can handle it. Anything above
Okay.
that is where it's outside your control.
Gotcha.
And Dingane look around, or is he just like, well, whatever happens, happens?
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, I'm at a 36 out of 55.
Okay, so success.
So success, regular standard success.
All right, those of you that have successes, you see that this barrier has been recently thrown up, probably within the last, hour-ish, like really quickly thrown up in front of you. Probably what Sophie may have seen a little bit ago, flashing off the rooftops, stuff moving around. So things were moved and placed in your way. You can tell that it's been relatively recent because the smoke is not quite billowing out of the drums yet, but it is clearly making smoke. So,
Are
Sophie, what do you do?
Are there any other like ways to go? Like any?
You can drive. You can drive to the right and left into a house, essentially.
Into a house.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we pass by any additional roads like on our way up? Or?
You so this road, right? This road that you're on. This is the road you're still on, coming down from the factory. You made that left turn onto the factory road. That's the road you're on. And so basically, it winds a little bit between houses and then went up to the factory. And you're coming back down that 3/4 of the way down. So right before the turn, not far before the turn, there's this makeshift barrier thrown in your way. It doesn't look very thick.
Huh. It just looks like it's about to be on fire.
Well, there are 2 steel drums, like 50-gallon drums, that are burning something in front of it.
Okay. I think as soon as I see it, like in front of us in the road, but before I'm like right up against it, I'm not going to drive all the way to it as far as I can and then stop there. I'm going to like stop a ways back from where I can see it and just kind of like slow up and recalculate the
Okay.
situation.
Then, as you stop,
Shit.
Oh yes,
Joseph was about to say something.
yeah. I was just say as the thing comes slowing up, because we can see the barricade from our spot on the back, right?
Right, yeah, everyone can see it.
As I see that, she's slowing the truck, moving down to make a, I guess, more cautious approach to it. I'm gonna grab shield and jump off and spend like all the movement with the fleet-footed to just kind of cross the distance to that barrier to with the goal of trying to just start wrecking it out of the way to make a hole.
Sure. Go ahead and roll some athletics
That's
for me.
the plan.
Athletics,
Okay.
because you're jumping off of the vehicle, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
you can't just jump off an 18-wheeler. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Right.
That's fine. I just leapt off. It's like 14 feet. It's totally cool.
That is sadly the worst kind of failure. I rolled a 56 out of 55. I like missed I failed though.
Do you want to re-roll? You can use your luck use per game.
I'm gonna spend the luck.
Okay, Andrew, this is a thing. It's the luck use per day or per game thing on your character sheet. When you fail, you get the opportunity to just go ahead and re-roll. But you spend one of those uses. You get like 2 or 4 or 7 or however many you have. It's usually between 3 to 5. I don't know what Dingane is. Is it 3?
No, it's actually a 4. But I
see.
think there was a bonus one or something from somewhere in the
Lucky. No, you have something else. I'm sorry.
or something.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you get these luck use per game things that you can do, so you can re-roll when you fail. That's what he did. So he re-rolled, and what did you come up with the second time?
This time I went 29.
See, there you go. So he succeeded in what he was doing. It gives you some control over, like, if you fail, you can try again without it, like, ruining things, as it were.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But if you
That's
fail
pretty
the
cool.
second time, worse things happen than if you just failed. Because your luck, like, gave out on you, right? So if he jumped down and then failed again, he probably would have done something like taken damage from his leg, like jamming into the ground.
Twisted an ankle or
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. But he succeeded. So he jumps down, and you're going to cover the distance, and you're going to try to like move the stuff out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like rounds and actions and stuff. That's his plan. So
Okay.
however far close he gets is
you get
is
to
where-
the barrier when those of you that are on the top suddenly realize that there are a bunch of guys. They are clearly males, based on their like facial hair and like loud voices. But they're, I don't know. That's what you see from the men that are there, wearing Nomex Kevlar firemen's jackets. They're jumping and swinging from the rooftops over to the truck. They have clearly set a trap for you. Those of you on the rooftop, you get one action before you are surrounded by people.
I'm gonna use my action to say, "Wait, don't attack." And can I roll like charm with them?
You gonna try to charm the entire group of them?
Yes, I am, and I have sermon. So if there's more than 3,
Wait, don't do it.
Well, so
I already
you
have
wait. You're using a sermon where if you're in a group of more than 3 people.
I
charm at advantage in groups of 3+, and then if it's 4 or more, it's something else too. But I don't remember the 4.
You get like +1 per extra person essentially to your stat. But there's 3 based on this D10 roll that are coming at you, so they're the ones that
So
I
I
listen to.
get advantage on that.
You get that. You get that. Yep.
And then
It's
I
yours.
get stacked advantage because I already have an advantage.
Mhm. So you get +5.
I just say take one more step, and there won't be a warning shot.
Got it. So you're
Do
gonna
I-
show.
do we
Right,
also
You're gonna
rest
try to
on
intimidate,
What I
and
say.
she's gonna try to like charm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna roll
Yes.
my charm. And
Oh
that
shoot! Though
is-
there are 9 coming toward you, Gabriel. So that's the thing.
Yeah, I literally just say like, there is no warning shot if you take one step.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
What
have,
do
so there's still only 3.
There are
for me,
3
though.
for you, 9 for Gabriel because the dice rolled that way.
Yep.
Gabriel, you roll. You're going to be trying to intimidate them, so you're going to roll intimidate. But you do have a gun, so you're going to roll at advantage because you're like, I've got a machine gun.
Yep.
So they
And
they believe you. Maybe we'll see how it goes.
I've got a great success on mine.
Okay, cool.
what would I be just rolling
It's
intimidation?
intimidation, so it's intimidate. If you don't have it, then you're going to be rolling at disadvantage. So that's how.
So
that's
just regular.
so you're just going to roll
so-
regularly
That's
against
that's
that.
an 83. That's
Okay.
an 83.
And so if you
Yeah.
didn't have it, then I'm going to guess that your what is your charisma?
Charisma is 65.
65. So you failed. Now, if you
Yeah.
wanted to use that luck use, you could do it now. This would be a thing. And reroll.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Yeah,
Alright.
let me go ahead and do it now. Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, it was worse.
That was worse. I'm probably gonna get rid of these die. These die have not been.
Okay, good to
Great.
know. So you have 9 guys coming at you that not only don't believe that you're going to shoot them, they don't believe you're going to shoot them at all. Like they think that you're maybe out of bullets or something. They don't believe you. Meanwhile, over here, Miss Great Success. You said, what did you say to them exactly?
Said, wait, don't attack.
Okay, so the 3 of them stopped for a second to go. Cool. Those are your actions. Okay, now we're going to go in initiative order. So we got Dingane with 8-3. Call him D. It's going to be... Oh, Sophie. I'm sorry. Let's do this in the order. You guys have wrote it out for me, so I should be able to do it. Just make sure that I have that one. Okay, so technically it's going to be Gabriel first. Sorry, you changed the name
sweet.
on me. Gabriel, hold on 1 second though. 12, 7, 2. Then it's going to be Sophie, right? Yeah, Sophie at 11, 6, 1. Oops, 1. Then who's next? I guess it's Dingane. Oh wait, I gotta bring up these guys. Make sure that I'm not leaving them out of the fight. They are... Okay, yep. So it's Dingane with 8-3. Then it's them, which is a lot of them. So just a bunch of those guys. I'm just gonna write a bunch because I don't want to write out like 12 different things for them. And then Annette at 5. Wow, Annette. Seriously?
I told you she's the opposite of Mickey.
Yeah, like the complete opposite. Okay. So this is your first experience, Andrew, with my game and my initiative. You have a static initiative. It's a number. In your case, it's 12. That's your number.
Yes.
Each action phase, the combat round consists of action phases. There are going to be 4 action phases if there are enough actions, essentially. So each action phase costs 5. So the first action phase, it doesn't cost anything. Everyone gets to do it. Then it will take. I'll take 5 away,
Yep.
which is why you have 7, and then you take 5 away again, which is why you have 2. Right.
So like first round it's 12, second round 7, and then
Second
so on
round
and so
is 2,
forth.
and that'll be the combat round. That'll end the combat round, and that'll start the next combat round.
So
This-
back up to 12.
back up to 12. Yep.
Yep.
This is especially important for things like energy drinks and stuff, which kick in the next combat round, not the next action phase. Slam an
okay.
energy
I got
drink, you don't immediately get the bonus. It goes to the next one.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, Dingane, you're excused for the moment. You're like second act anyway, so
Oh,
third act.
oh,
actually.
second.
Your third act. Sorry, third act.
Third. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can
he's, like,
pause.
giving me
Does
the-
anyone else need to take a break? We can pause right here before we start.
Yeah. I always have to pee, so.
Okay, we'll pause. I'll
Oh,
lift my
alright,
hands
Alright,
up.
yeah, sure.
I'm on tenterhooks. Everyone,
It's
get
7.
your dog.
It's 7 o'clock. It's 2 hours into what would have been the game session anyway. So this is the time when I would normally break. So it works out perfectly. My hands are lifting up off of my stuff, and you guys are free to take a 5-minute break.
all right. Yeah, I wasn't trying to
Oh.
plan a break. I was actually gonna like give my action in case he hasn't finished his business.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll let everyone take a break. I'm that guy who will play all the way through. You should know that by now.
Yep. I totally would too, but I have an awesome little pup.
Yeah.
Aw, puppers.
My little pup is just hanging out on the floor over here. She's sleeping.
Right, all adorable little puppy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'll be back. Thanks.
Okay. So we're on pause. Let me.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody. Wait, I didn't mean to mute. I meant wait, crap. There we go. Cool. 5-minute break. Intermission. So who would like to see a puppy?
I want to see a puppy.
Sure.
Ah, Xena.
I'm
This
the-
is Xena.
Oh, you look
It's
like
so
a
cute.
baby.
Say hi, Xena. Say hi. Good girl, Xena.
You just get her?
Yeah, she's 11 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like
Yeah.
trouble.
She can be. I was holding her in my lap and she jumped out, and I think she hurt herself a little bit. So, oh. You should go outside, Xena. Go outside.
Leg on this.
Okay, you wanna get it. Go get it. Hold on, I gotta check her. She seems to be having trouble with something.
Your ballistics are as good as mine, though. Do you have ammo?
Yeah.
Okay.
The machine guns up top have ammo, right? And they just get up there.
That's right. I mean, if you have ballistics at all, you can use those machine guns, and I think have things to do
I can also maybe heal someone.
medically.
Maybe. Spiritually.
Oh, man. I wonder what the consequences are for like.
Oh, shoot. I could re-roll again.
Oh, snap! The left
I
thing,
could
yeah.
reverse.
So,
So-
left way out of this.
I guess the thief has
Right.
this thing called reverse psychology. I can re-roll failed resolve roll against it's against someone's intimidating me. I think
Oh,
reverse psychology. Oh no. Let's see. I'll ask.
What are we
Oh,
asking
be like
about? What are we talking about?
Spinning around on them.
So reverse psychology, is that when someone's trying to intimidate me, or is it when I'm trying to intimidate somebody else?
So it's when you're trying to intimidate somebody else and you fail,
Okay.
you get to redo it. That's what
Okay.
reverse psychology is. You just sort of turn it back on them.
Okay, I see.
It's like I don't know if you ever caught any of the old Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck season, Wabbit season, Duck season,
Oh, yeah,
Wabbit
back and
season,
forth.
Wabbit
Yeah, yeah.
season, Duck season.
So
He flips it
essentially-
on 'em.
Yep. So essentially, when you fail your intimidation, they have succeeded in resisting. Essentially, but you're like, well, that's fine. You know what? We don't really even need that information. It's not even point. And then you just sort of turn it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, oh, am I supposed to be scared of you then? Yeah. So that's what it's for. So let's see.
Oh, and thanks. My puppy's very happy.
Mine, I had mine in my lap, and I was petting her, and she jumped out and seemed to have stumbled and fallen. She is still not good with the jumping. See, this is my puppy, right here.
it's got little rubber legs. That's why.
All right,
Yeah.
that one's a puppy. Mine's like a 13-year-old puppy.
How is your
Say hi.
puppy not like an explosive fireball of just like really giddy, excited energy? 'Cause that's every puppy.
She usually is, but she's been sort of sleeping for the last little bit. She woke up only because I got up to go to the bathroom, and that woke her up, and she was like, "Wait, what's going on?" And I think she's also partially kind of confused because Danielle went to bed a little bit ago because she works tonight, and so she's just kind of like, "Wait, where's mom?" Oh, and I went to sleep. Mom was here, and now mom is not here. I don't know what happened. So you have Aaron has eye on the prize. Or I'm sorry, Gabriel has eye on the prize. So the one thing that you guys didn't do was try to scavenge a little bit while you were hanging out. If you had done so, you would have gotten more scavenge than everyone else.
Wow.
And I didn't prompt you on that because I was hoping that the others might,
Oh, I see it now. I
Um,
see it. Okay.
but they didn't. So that's on your other experienced players in your group to be like, oh, you guys could have wandered around and looked at stuff. Yeah. I mean, you what? Like, that's how you get that CP. But yeah, so that's what I mean, granted, this mission is all CP, right? Like, it's like we're just gonna come home with a bazillion CP. I mean, each article of clothing is 3 CP, so that's 3,000
Can we
CP.
convert those into ammo?
Fabric building.
According to the rules,
T-shirt
yes.
T-shirt cannons.
cannon. Peter Frampton had one.
I can't remember what show or movie it was I was watching where somebody had a T-shirt cannon and they shot it. Like, it was like a post-apocalypse style thing, and they shot it and they're like, ow, this thing actually is really powerful. Why would you use this? And that was like, just sort of toss it aside.
Homer Simpson killed Ned Flanders' wife with a T-shirt cannon.
Yeah, see?
Back in the day on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know, enough T-shirts fired, you could probably take down some enemies.
Suffocate.
Suffocation. There's an idea.
Right? So, yeah, so in theory, yes, technically, according to the way that my rules are written, you could tear a bunch of T-shirts apart and suddenly have bullets. Don't know how it works, but it does.
Just compact it down and like, oh, hey, get a bullet.
Yeah, compressed in a mold with super glue. The shredded
Somehow-
T-shirt parts.
Bullets.
Right. Hey, if you could use saran wrap and a toothbrush to make like a prison shank, at least I saw it in a show. I saw it in a TV show. So like, if you do that, pretty sure you make like.
Yeah, pretty
t-shirts.
sure you can make bullets out of T-shirts.
There's probably a Mythbusters episode about it somewhere.
If there isn't, there will be now. All right. Okay. So what we had just established was the order of actions for the combat that you're about to engage in. So the first person that gets to act is Gabriel, who has a 12. Gabriel, you get to act first. These guys are coming up on you. They're short distance away from you.
I don't know if any of those guys, the 3 other guys, or I don't know about those ones.
So you do know that there's a whole lot of dudes. Basically, the problem is that there were supposed to be a dozen of them or so that are to jump onto the bus. It would have been fine if there were 3 of you up there, but Dingane jumped off, and so that means that, unfortunately, the way the dice roll worked out is that a bunch went to a net, or a couple went to a net, and the rest went to you. So you are aware that there are other guys over there, but you're like almost entirely surrounded here in a second. They're all on that rooftops about to jump over to you.
So I just want to do
or they're on their way.
Big old like sweep of just not really focusing on anybody. I'm just like going in like a line, just from right to left.
Sure. The arc is pretty narrow for what you can move the cannon, but you can shoot in front, so you'll get 2 of them as a possible shot.
Okay.
Those are valid targets, are 2 of them. A lot of them are coming from the sides, and so you would have to like legitimately turn your entire body, which is the cannon doesn't the mounted weapon doesn't turn that far.
Okay, I'll just do as many as I can at that point.
Okay. So because it's a rifle and they're at short range, you have disadvantage on your heavy weapons roll.
Okay. And is that just for ballistic skill, I believe?
Yeah.
Right?
So ballistic skill is the base for heavy weapons.
And you said disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I got like a 93.
Do you have the heavy weapon skill anyway? Let's see.
I don't think so.
Nope, you don't. So
No.
you would have been at double disadvantage. There is a stacking disadvantage in this game. The double disadvantage meant you would have had to get a great success or better to hit them anyway. So you were like,
okay, yeah,
you were at like a really rare chance that you would have nailed anybody.
Yeah, pretty much. So after not hitting them, is it kind of just like bounce out?
You
and
can
just, like,
bounce
try
out.
and
That'll be
stealthily-
that. So
Yeah.
you can get 2 complex actions as a in your action phase. That's your action.
Okay.
And then 1 free action. In this case, moving is a complex action. Free action would be something like shouting, like you did right before, but
Yeah.
that was the difference. So you could shout again, but you can move. That would be your second action to be like, okay, that didn't work, and just drop it and move.
Yeah. Is it so I could just like drop out, kind of like stealthily, like kind of like hang around the tail end of the bus?
Well, you're on the cab, so you could jump back to the bus. You can't really stealth on the rooftop of the vehicle.
No, I mean like jump off. Like I'm just gonna jump off and like try and like stealthily.
Oh, you're gonna jump down.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. Do I just?
So you're gonna roll athletics because, like I said before, you're jumping off of a 14-foot thing.
Yep. It is a close to amazing. It was a 17, so it's a great success.
Very nice. Yeah, you land absolutely fine, and you're down below. So you're out of their immediate line of vision because of the van or the truck is between you. And there were some guys coming over, but they're going to end up going over you in their motion. So
Okay.
They might be able to double back and get you, but you've effectively slipped away.
All right, cool.
Yeah, nicely done. Now it comes to Sophie. What do you do?
So, current situation, Dingane is out of the truck and making his way towards the barricade, yeah?
Correct. He's actually reached the barricade, but he hasn't done anything yet.
So he's in front of me.
Correct.
And Gabriel has... Where is he situated at the moment?
So Gabriel has leapt off the truck, but you don't know that because inside the cab you can't see anything.
Gotcha.
Except for what you see in the front. You see people coming towards you in the in the windshield. You see a couple guys sliding on the ropes toward your truck. Now it's basically the extent of what you see. You heard the gun go off, and that was it.
And there are people in front of me, but not on the ground yet.
Yeah, they're swinging through the air on ropes.
Swinging through the air.
Or they're sliding. They're sort of zip lining through the street.
Damn. Okay. How far am I from the barricade?
Well, however far you were when you stopped, so you could be
Like a fair
mid-range to short because you weren't close because you didn't want to stop right in front of it. So I'm guessing between mid-range and close. So mid-range or close.
Gotcha. I think Sophie in this case. I'm not close enough to run anyone over yet, huh?
I mean, if you were to gun it, you could accelerate. You have an acceleration rate on the. I probably should have given you the stats for the truck. I didn't.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's the stats for the truck. Write them down. I'm just kidding. Just can't read it. I know exactly. So you have an acceleration rate of 2 and a maneuverability of 18, meaning that you have a limit of 18 degrees of success on a drive roll, which is fine. You're not going to get that many, so you're good. The vehicle won't stop your driving, essentially. But you have an acceleration rate of 2, so if you were to gun it, you would close the distance between you and the barrier like that, because it's the acceleration rate of the truck. Meaning that Dingane would, on his action, have to get out of the way because your next move would be through the barricade. Yeah.
Would there be more of like a benefit
pretty
if
fast.
I hit the barrier?
What's up?
If I hit the barrier from farther away, would that be more beneficial for gaining acceleration to maximum?
Yeah, if you had rolled down the road and not stopped, you would have hit it. Now you'd have to like back up, and reverse in a truck is significantly slower than forward.
Right. So it's not really like if I slam my foot on the reverse, that's not going to do a lot.
No, you'd have to shift into reverse, and then you'd go beep, 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 right? Like not exactly, because you don't beep, but you get the idea. You'd be slowly pulling backwards, because everything in the truck would have to shift and go reverse. Diesel trucks are not super fast. They can be pretty fast in reverse, but it's not like nearly as fast as they go forward.
So, other question before I act, is there a skill that I could roll to apply to assessing the barrier from far away? Because it looks like it's been thrown up hastily, but it is on fire.
Yeah. So do you have science or crafting?
I have crafting.
So crafting is the skill used to build barriers. In this case, you could use that to sort of assess the barrier level.
Okay.
Also, if you had structural integrity, it'd be the same sort of thing. You could roll academics to sort of figure it out. If you had survived the seismic cataclysm, this adventure is starting to sound more and more like it's Mickey's deal, but Mickey isn't.
This is like perfect Mickey.
Because that's her whole deal. Yeah, you can roll crafting to see if you can assess the quality of this barrier.
So I'm guessing that my +5 crafting for my toolkit isn't gonna apply.
No, it doesn't
here.
apply. It's not +5 anyway. It's advantage. I don't know what rule set you're reading. You get advantage.
She already had advantage on.
Oh, then it was +5. Yeah.
+5 advantage to crafting, but that wouldn't apply here. I barely make it with a 78. So regular
You had double
success.
advantage on crafting?
Oh, what?
You had double advantage on crafting?
No. I
No,
have
but
a,
if she used the item, she did.
How does she have advantage initially?
No, she doesn't have advantage. She's
proficient. And I'm
Okay, so
proficient.
you would have gotten a +5. So that +5 applies. But the
Oh.
tools are advantage. That's why I was confused.
So I have this roll of duct tape in my toolkit, so I know about barriers.
No. Your level of proficiency means that you're better at crafting because you've been experienced with it. That's where the +5 comes
okay.
from. It has nothing to do with the tools. The tools give you advantage.
But they wouldn't apply here.
They wouldn't apply here. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a regular roll.
Regular roll
Craft.
at the crafting skill, whatever it is.
Is 78 a success? Barely.
Okay,
There.
so you got a success. Yeah, it's really hastily done, and basically it's crap. Anything were to hit it, it would probably just fall apart. The thing to concern yourself with the most is the flames from whatever is in the drums. That's really the more terrifying thing. The rest of it is just Dingani could probably kick it over with his foot. Just one swift kick would knock the whole damn thing down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the drums are just like everywhere. Like
No, there's just
in
two.
front.
There's just two of them in front of you. They're like right here and here. They're like just in front of you.
Is there a path that the truck would fit to dodge them?
No, you'd end up having to drive through them. That's the thing that they intended to use to stop you. The rest of it's
Right.
just to make you go, "What is that?" And it worked. So
It did work. It did work. Well,
Yeah, very much well did.
yeah, it did. So what kind of action is the crafting? Is that like a free action to check it out?
no, that would have been one of your complex actions because it's a skill action.
A complex action.
Yep. So you get one more.
Another complex action?
Yeah, you get two complex actions
Cool.
and one free action.
Oh, there they are.
You have a chart. I'm hoping you have the chart.
Yeah, Dana's pointing at the relevant
Yeah,
things
there you go.
right now.
Yeah, so there's like basically from like 1/3 of the way over, the rest of it is all things you can do, and then one side is like the free actions. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple things I'd like to do. First off, I'm just going to tell you what I'm thinking because I'm not really experienced with the like actions
Okay.
and things.
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. This is
I
a
would
playtest
like
game.
I would like for Sophie to hit the gas
'Kay.
and start going towards the barrier.
'Kay.
I'm also one distance stand drop. Hindering
Not to say that
terrain.
would be it.
That's a movement. You're driving, so that doesn't
A
apply right now.
movement action.
Because driving is a movement action.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would like to do that, and I would also, if possible, I have the lucky mutation, psychic powers, telekinesis. I don't know.
So those two are two different complex actions, right? Trying to move it with your
Gotcha.
mind and trying to drive. So you have to pick one because you already used one to sort of assess the barrier.
Gotcha.
Right. So you got two total. You've already used one, so you have one left. So
So
you can either drive or you can try to move it with your mind.
The telekinesis, it can only move up to 10 CP of an item, so these barrels might be too big for that. I don't know until I try, right? I'm gonna try.
All right, you're gonna try to force push them out of the way.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to do both, or are you going to do one?
I feel like I'm more likely to succeed if I just pick one, but if I can get both.
Okay. All right. So it's essentially a throw, but you can move things. So basically, the way that telekinesis works is it's at a distance, and then you throw it, right? So it doesn't. You don't have to be holding it to throw it. What is your agility?
Agility is like the success threshold,
Yeah.
70.
Yeah. So that's great because that's what you have to roll against to move this barrel.
Yay!
And yeah, go ahead and roll it, and I'll tell you whether or not you succeed.
Okay.
It's close enough because that's how I said it. I said it was between mid-range and short, so it's right there within your range of telekinesis.
I'm just gonna pick the one that Dingane is farthest away from.
Right.
It didn't work. It's an 87. So
Would you like to use some luck?
Yeah, I'd like to use luck. I would love to use some luck.
Okay, how many luck uses per game do you have?
4.
Okay, you can use 1. You now have 3. Go ahead and reroll.
Ooh, yeah, this one is good. Agility. I just got a 26, which great.
See, that's great success. Just 1 below, like, well, whatever. Anyway, it's a couple below, or a couple ahead, above what you would need for great or amazing success. Anyway, great success. Good job. You're able to throw it. Where do you want to throw it? It lifts up with your mind, and you can like, and you can throw it in basically any direction you want. I would suggest not throwing it back toward yourself unless you wanted to. I don't know. Throw it to the guys above your truck, wherever they are.
Oh gosh, this is probably an explosive of some kind.
So you do have, because you have acted before they have, you still have 2 guys ziplining towards you, but you also have the barrier. You also have like the buildings off to the side. You have Dingane. These are valid targets.
There's so many options. I kind of want to throw it at the barrier and see if I can blow it up with this flaming barrel of fuel.
Okay. Okay. Well, you got a success, so that's where you're throwing it. You absolutely can. You lift it up, you can move it, and you just chuck it at the barrier. Dingane, what you see is one of the barrels of flaming stuff, the one not next to you, the one that's farther over, suddenly lifts up and then just flies at this sheet metal and random debris that's in the way. It hits, everything goes scattering. The barrel falls over, and there's just weird like liquid and some tires and some other things in there. Nothing explosive as far as you can tell, but it just smears everywhere. This barrel like just shatters and just falls around, breaks into pieces a little bit. But this barrier is gone, and there's just the one barrel in front of you or near you. And that's what happens. Dingane, it's your action.
All right. So this barrel just lifting up and launching in front of me. Could it be a reasonable assumption that he might know that it's Sophie, just from the time spent at the compound?
Sophie, Allie, how readily would Sophie, or how readily are you to tell people you're a psychic?
She never tells anyone about that.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, I've got no idea.
So there's a clan of psychics that hang out with each other. You're saying you're like, I would never talk to those people. What, we want to get burned at the stake? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, no worries. Cool. That's. I was just curious if it's something like, if he would be like, oh, that's probably so-and-so doing it. But yeah, if he's got no clue, groovy. All right, so in that case, this barrel lifts up. So at the same time he's hearing the gunfire pop off behind him from the weapon mount, this barrel lifts up and throws. He's gonna kind of like stop and start and look around to see if there's something he missed, because that's just not a normal thing. Like, his first thought is going back to experiences with aliens. Sometimes they have their levitation raised, so he's actually going to start looking around, and kind of ignoring the barrier.
Okay.
Spirits are ready, shields up.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of scanning 360.
All right.
Looking at tinfoil ready to flip it up on.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna make you roll. I'll just go ahead and let you use that action. You can see that there are guys ziplining from the rooftops over to the truck. You can see that Sophie's doing some sort of thing in the cab of the truck. You're not sure what it is she's doing, but whatever.
I imagine she's shielding her eyes from this fire scattering everywhere as the barricade blows up. Like,
bug-eyed.
Dingane's a little creeped by it, and I held a shield up. She's holding her hand up from this strange alien occurrence. Makes total sense. All right. So yeah, seeing the guys zipline in and seeing that the gun turret is unoccupied, I'm going to be rubbish in that. I'm going to rush the side of the truck with the other complex action.
Okay.
The side that has the larger group of guys.
Okay. So they're up above, but you're going to try to get there and go up then?
Ooh, that's right.
You can move twice now.
Yeah.
It's not two distances anymore. Now it's actual 2 different movements. One is a free, so basically you can move as a free action, and then move as a normal action. So you could make 2 movements. Because your fleet-footed allows you to move once as a free action.
Yeah, in every phase.
Every action phase.
Yeah. So how high off the ground are they?
So they're up from the rooftops across. So they're about well, roughly enough to zip line over to the truck. So 14-ish feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
15
need to be on top of the
15
truck to hit one of them.
20 feet, I guess, because 2 stories. That's how they'd have to
Yeah.
do it. Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna spend. I don't think I'll be able to get to him in the first round, but I'm gonna spend one of the move actions to like run to the front of the truck,
Mhm.
I guess, and then I guess the other one to climb up on top and try and position myself in front of one of the guys ziplining and just shield wall him. So hoping that maybe he'll thump into that instead of being able to pass freely over. I think that's about all like my actions there.
Yeah.
Moving and climbing.
So you're taking is that a defensive or offensive stance with a shield wall?
Oh, defensive stance. I'll
Okay.
go defensive stance.
Makes sense. So for those following along at home and or Andrew, he's got a special ability called Martial Stance. He can switch between offensive and defensive stances. This is like special ability that allows him to get bonuses to either his offensive or defensive actions. And in this case, he's shield walling. So, I mean, I'm assuming that means that he's going to be getting a defensive action to like.
Yeah, set to receive a
Okay.
charge, so to speak.
What is going on? My thing is on a thing. Ah! No! Cancel. Trying to leave us. It was trying to kill our meeting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right? Okay, video streaming. Whew! That was weird. All right. I don't know what it is. It was like, are you sure you want to leave the meeting? I'm like, who said anything about leaving the meeting? Okay. I paid this month, so I shouldn't have a time limit. Okay, so one guy tries to get away, and let's see, and fails. Runs right into your shield and falls off the side of the truck. So he's going to take. What is your shield's barrier rating or armor rating again?
Oh, armor rating really high. It's 11 for right shield.
Oh, that's right. It's a right shield. Ooh, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna roll this one.
Yeah, it is literally like carrying a wall around.
And then he's gonna fall, so he gets.
But he's big enough to do it, so why not?
Cool. All right, so that's how much damage he took. So one guy minus. That. All right, cool. Okay, so a guy slams into your shield, doesn't manage to get footing on the edge of the truck, and goes falling to the ground. He lands with an oomph, and that's basically all you get out of that guy. The rest of them all land. Well, they're all going to try to land. I'm going to make them roll. Yeah, they do. They all. So I did it in 3, so 4, 4, and 4, and they were all under 20. One guy actually got a 0-0-1. So 3 of them landed like it was nothing, and they're just like, "What? It's a trick." Cool. So that's land. And they are going to draw weapons. That's going to be their other action. So there's that. One guy fell off. All right, so there's that. And then, yeah, basically a bunch of dudes are going to land. They're going to get their weapons ready, and that's what their actions are going to be. Annette, you stopped 3 guys, and they're looking at you from the rooftops they were about to zip line across from. What do you do?
Where did these other people land?
They're around on the rooftops. Dingane's now up there with you. But Gabriel
They
has
didn't land on the
disappeared.
truck, though.
They landed. Yeah, they landed on the rooftop of the
on the
bus. Right. So
Okay.
they're on the bus. They're basically
So
where
where
you
I am.
are. Right.
And how many of them are there? You said.
So there were 9. 1 fell off. 8.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take my action to use a skill, right? That's a complex
Yep.
action.
That's a complex action.
Right.
Yep.
Try to charm these ones too and say, wait, did we take your stuff? And like a question. And I'll roll. Would that still charm?
Yeah, it's still charm. Yeah, you're still trying to charm them. You're trying to win them over to your side. So.
Ooh, that is. It's still just a great success. It's 1 away from an amazing success.
Okay, so you got a great success.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, hold on. There's more than 3 of them. So
Yeah,
I
there's 8 of them, so you would get
so that
plus.
is an amazing success then.
Sorry, what was that?
So that gives me that gives me a stacked advantage on charm. So that's actually an amazing success, right?
Yeah, essentially, it gives you +1 per extra guy, and that'd be
Yeah, and I needed them.
that would. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna. Well, they did not get that high of a resistance, so they're all stopped going like,
Sophie thinks you're like a magician, by the way. Like,
Well, so
compelling
the
power.
deal is that like it's not going to stop them from like actually doing, because you're going to have to battle it out with their leader in a second here, because mind control is a thing. But we'll see what happens. Well, I mean charm, right? Mind control. I don't mean actual.
Are they talking
mind
like
control.
XCOM, like mind control stuff?
Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so that means it's Gabriel's turn. Gabriel, what do you do? Because that ends the action phase. So -5 from everybody, and it's you.
Is there anywhere that like I can run and kind of like be stealthy?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, you could scurry under the bus. You could go to one of the houses to the side there. You could climb up into the cab if you wanted to try.
I'd go under the bus.
Okay.
I have an arrow knock under the bus, and if there's anyone trying to like climb on the bus or anyone trying to like zip line to the bus, I'll just go ahead and shoot him.
Okay, a guy dropped onto the ground. So when you go under the bus, there's a guy laying on the ground directly beside you. Go ahead and roll stealth for me, though, so that you can see whether or not you are hidden in your movement there.
Does the driver see any of this?
That is a great success.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. All right, so you're under the vehicle. What do you want to do about that guy? You have one more action.
Yeah, just go ahead and just shoot an arrow in his face.
Okay. Point blank, he shoots. He is short range, so you're not close because you're not going to be like right on top of him. So you get advantage. So go ahead and do it.
Okay, and then it's just the same percentage thing, percentage roll.
Yeah, it's the same roll as a normal attack. And he's going to roll a dodge because he always gets to roll a dodge.
That's a 3.
That's
pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he rolled a 3. Yeah. So
All
that's that's an amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing success. It's almost a critical success. It's an amazing success. Well, he only got a success, so you win. You will hit him for damage. Now, damage for your bow, based on your character sheet. I'm going to pull that back up. Damage for your recurve bow is average, so you're going to roll 2d4 plus... or no, sorry, just 2d4. That's what you're rolling.
Just 2d4?
Yeah.
That would be 4 damage.
Okay. Right. So your arrow penetrates his armor. Wait. Yeah. Because he fell. Yeah. Okay. So your arrow penetrates his armor. It goes through and hits inside of him somehow. Because he took some damage when he fell. So through his Kevlar, woven Kevlar jacket. And it is Sophie's turn. Sophie, yeah, the barrier's gone. All of the guys are no longer within your vision. For a brief moment, I will give you the fact that you saw someone pass by both of your mirrors. Didn't look like the same person, but you didn't get a good enough glance before they were gone. And that's what you know.
Gotcha. So
basically, one went this way and one went this way, and you're not sure what happened.
I don't know for sure that a teammate's under the vehicle.
You don't.
I haven't gotten under the vehicle yet. I just shot the guy with an arrow. Is that right?
You did shuffle under and then shot him.
Okay, cool. Yep, cool.
Gotcha.
So basically, from above, no one can see you, right? And you're decently hiding under. So if anyone's on the ground, they have a hard time seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any strangers near the second barrel at all, or is the second barrel still kind of in the way?
Yeah, it's still kind of in the way, and Dingane is standing in front of it, but there's no one. Oh no, sorry, Dingane left. There's no one. There's no one standing in front of it. It's just a barrel sitting there by itself. A lonesome barrel.
Gotcha. a lonesome barrel still kind of in the way.
Yeah.
I will try to telekinesis it out of the way.
Okay.
So that I can get the car through. Like the first one.
Well, the barricade's gone. Can you like go around the barrel?
I could go around.
One barrel is gone, so you now could try to maneuver on this one remaining barrel.
Gotcha.
If you wanted to, it would be a drive roll. to go around it.
What's your better at?
Can I, as a free action, like shout to everyone, like "Hold on tight" or something?
Yeah, sure. You can be like, "Hold on to your butts," and then be like.
I'm just gonna shout like, "We're getting out of here."
Okay.
And
Run over.
how do you dodge a car if you're underneath it?
It's a good question.
Just like I just hold on to something on the like the movies. just hold on to it.
We'll see what happens when everything goes with this action. What do you do, Sophie?
Sophie is gonna.
Just play your character. Just play. I want to see how this goes. I want to see.
I'm
how
with
this
you.
goes.
I'm sorry, Gabriel. Sophie,
I don't care. I don't. It's, yeah, I just want to see how this goes.
Sophie's gonna floor it around the barrel. Ooh.
That's really good.
Okay, so I got a 14 on my drive roll. That is an amazing success.
Yeah, you managed to. So you lurch forward. The way that the drive works is you technically lurched forward 6 distances, but you avoided the barrel, and you like right. So the rest of you have to make a reaction as the truck suddenly takes off. We'll start with the people on the roof, and then we'll go to the person underneath. So everyone that's on top has to make an athletics roll to not fall off. So you're basically going to try to, like, keep your balance.
You said athletics?
Yes.
I failed.
I failed.
All right. Well, that's great because, so of the guys that were on the roof, there were 8, right? All but 2 of them fell off as well. So 2 of them remained. The rest went, bah! So you guys all fall off as the thing lurches and you go tumbling off the side or wherever. Okay, Gabriel,
I just
you're
knocked
underneath.
everyone off the car, right?
Is there like a way where I can like hold on to like the frame? Like I see the car, I see it moving, and there's a way like I can grab onto like, the
Yeah.
frame.
So
or
if
something?
you want to roll an agility rather than an athletics, you can try to grab onto something and like hold on for dear life.
Where is agility here?
It's one of your base stats, so it's one of the ones in the top left. Of
Okay,
your character sheet,
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
which I think in your case is probably one of your better ones. You're being a thief.
Yes, it is a great success. No, yeah, no, it's one away from a great. That's a success.
Okay, so I was gonna tell you, I didn't tell you, so you're lucky. I was going to tell you that you needed a great success as it being a difficult thing to accomplish. But as I didn't actually say those words, you are not beholden to that, because I'm not a douchebag like that. So you managed to grab a hold, and you grab onto something as the thing lurches. It's probably the undercarriage of the bus, like something, a pipe that went underneath or whatever, and you just grabbed it.
Exhaust or something.
Yeah, some exhaust pipe
Exhaust
or
frame.
something. Yeah,
you know, I'm
yeah,
getting
something.
burnt. There's a drive shaft rolling by me.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to grab onto something.
You grab onto something so it keeps you from being rolled over by the bus. You're gonna have to hold on for dear life, so you'll have to make like some strength rolls here in a little bit to keep holding on. But you managed to grab it in time before the wheels like ran over you. Let's, however, do the thing. The guy that was on the ground is gonna go and try to get out of the way, but since he was on the ground, he fails and gets run over. He is not living anymore. Just squish. So let's see. Gabriel, high or low?
Low.
Unfortunately, you get sprayed with blood mist when it hits you. When it explodes. Just some gross blood mist when his head pops.
He's been around zombies. It
He's
doesn't
chill.
phase him. Doesn't phase him.
I mean, these guys don't look like zombies, so you're probably not worried about like the Z virus. Right?
No.
Like, you're not,
He's just seen blood and guts and
There's still just that instinctual, like, eyes closed, breath is held, mouth is shut. All right, we're good. Don't get zombie blood in your mouth.
Good times.
Right, the skills you learn in the apocalypse.
Okay, so Annette and Dingane, you guys are being left behind. Fortunately, it is Dingane's action. What do you do, my friends? You have just fallen off.
Right? The ride's taken off. Oh man, I'm gonna have to try and catch up. Look around and see who else has fallen before I go.
Annette has fallen as well.
Yeah, do you see Annette?
Yep.
Okay.
And then a bunch of the bad guys. Or the
I
guys
don't
that
care
ran
about
over.
them.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. But you know, that's it. Like, you don't see Gabriel anywhere. You don't see anyone else.
Okay. Then I am going to. I hope I should be strong enough for this. I'm gonna run up to Annette. Hang on, and I'm
Free
gonna.
action move.
Yep, and I'm gonna try and pick her up, like swing her around onto my back.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that as like not an actual action. That's kind of a dick move to like make you make an action
Okay.
do that. Go ahead and roll your strength. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. What is Annette's build?
65.
Okay, what is Dingane's strength?
65.
Oh, then you don't have to do it. You're totally fine. Your strength is enough that you could, because it's twice your strength is what you'd have to. Above that, you'd have to roll.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
she's under that, so you can just carry her.
Cool.
So yeah, so that's why that's even better, because then it makes sense. You just scoop and run.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna sprint after the bus with all available actions.
Well, while I said it moved 6, I'm gonna say that it only moved 2 because it was one like lurch. 2 is what you need because that's how far it went, and 2 is what you can do, right? 1 and 2. If you're doing both movement actions.
Yeah.
Okay, you catch the back of the bus. That's where you are. That's
yep.
where you are.
Right there at the edge.
Right there at the back. Yeah. I think that's like. But you're carrying
Jump
in
for it!
Okay, so
Just yells out over his shoulder, "Jump for it!"
a bunch of the guys are chasing after you. That's their actions. Actually,
Good
one guy's gonna
luck.
throw a Molotov cocktail at disadvantage. Let's see what happens. Does he fail? Does that throw? Agility. Yeah, he fails. He needs a 35 and he got a 52. Okay, so his Molotov cocktail goes wild. You just see this bottle flipping through the air. But a bunch of the other guys are
Flame
chasing.
erupts to the side of us.
Yeah. Yep.
Cue the music.
Yeah. I actually have music going on, but it's too genteel for this situation. Let's see if I can skip to the next song. It's still too genteel, but whatever. Okay, so that ends the action phase. It then goes to Gabriel. Gabriel, it's your action. You're holding on to the underside of.
I'm still holding on. I'm holding on for dear life.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength for me, and that'll just pretty much determine where you stand in this particular thing until the vehicle stops.
That is a success.
Okay, then fine. You can hold on to the underside of the truck until it stops again, and then you can reposition yourself. You just wrap yourself up, and you're like, yeah. So unless something crazy happens, like a crazy turn, or like a bobbing dodge, or like a jump on the thing, then you won't have to make another roll. Whoops, it's a little loud. I can hear it. It's quite loud. Let's turn down the music. Oh, that was a little too quiet. There. Okay. Sophie, you get the last action of the combat round. There is, because you've lurched forward, you've now reached the end of the road. You have an immediate right or an immediate left turn to make. The right turn is quite hard. You came from the right.
That's right. That was that. Wow. Sophie's instinct, of course. She's a very instinctual person and would like to book it away from this situation to save her own life as fast as possible.
Okay.
But is there a left turn that's easier to make?
The left turn is significantly easier to make than the hard right.
And is my car going pretty fast right now?
Yeah, I mean you've pedaled to the metal forward, so you've done a pretty quick lurch. It hasn't moved past that, so the answer is yeah. When you actually are moving, it will be quite heavy distance. Like it'll be really fast. You'll be moving really, really quickly.
I think she's gonna veer towards the one that looks easier to make.
Okay, that'd be the left.
To the left, so.
To unexplored territory.
Then again, that wouldn't be smart. I'm gonna roll to see left or right.
You said she was instinctual.
She was
Go.
instinctual,
Yeah.
so I guess the instinct would make the most sense. Still smart. Yeah, that would have been left anyway. So we're gonna go left.
All right, left you go. Go ahead and make a drive roll as one of your actions.
And 29. That is a great success.
Okay.
Good job.
Great success. So yeah, you, Dingana, you're getting left behind, my friend. That's 6 distances. You're gonna have to try to catch up to that, and this is why being on foot's cool and all, but it's no vehicle speeds. All right, so the truck makes the turn. We'll go ahead and say it's 3 because of the turn. So it's only 3 distances away from you, my friend, not 6. So 3 because of the turn. So you make the turn. You have one more action. What do you want to do? It's you, Sophie. You have one more action. Because driving is just an action, yeah.
What's around the corner? Is there any like wide spaces to turn around? Because
No, it's the same 2-lane road type deal that you've seen through the rest of the place.
just going straight.
Houses on either side of you, run down and dilapidated. You see ropes strung across them and boards.
And there's just like there's no turning area at all.
Not directly in front of you as far as you can see, but the road does curve. There's a field at the head right when the curve starts. Like an open,
Gotcha.
empty land space.
I guess I'm gonna keep booking it towards that and look for a spot to turn around. In the back of my mind, thinking that maybe I should check out where my friends are, but
Okay.
she's not in that state yet.
So do you
forward?
forward instead of look around? Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Or yeah, just impulsive booking it.
Okay.
Drive again.
Drive again then.
Ooh, that's a that's a fail actually.
Okay.
That was an 82.
So you don't you're driving, like you don't lose control. Well, you technically have lost control of the truck, but it's not for 3 failures to drive the truck that you actually careen out of control. So
Gotcha.
the truck does still move forward, but it's not a distance that's relative enough for the others to because you're still trying to make the turn. So you're like, and then that and so I'm straight and then and that's sort of where you are, where you have kind of lost control of the truck. Which then brings it to the top of the next combat round, and Gabriel gets to act first. Gabriel, are you going to do anything, or are you going to keep holding on?
I'm holding on.
Okay.
If she's still, if the bus hasn't stopped, I'm holding on.
Okay. Yeah, so you hold on. I won't make you roll for that. That'll be fine. Sophie,
Okay.
it's your action. You've temporarily lost control of the truck.
I'm gonna try to get control of the truck. Just to drive for getting control of the truck, right?
Correct.
I have control of the truck, hopefully. 43, which is just a regular success.
Okay, you gain control of the truck. You can opt not to move, by the way. You can opt to not do actions if you don't want to, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are there
That's the
any
thing.
of the ramps ahead of me?
And up in the above you. No, the ramps go between the rooftops. There's ropes across the street, so there's nothing in the street as far as ramps go, but there are ropes that string across.
Gotcha. Am I still able to make a perception here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and assess this new street that I'm on. And that's a 50. So regular
No, that's a 5.
5.
That's a 5.
Oh! I just rolled a 5. So perception. Amazing success.
Sweet. Yeah, you totally can see that Dingane is trying to come up behind the truck. You've sort of
God.
left him behind. He's carrying Annette.
And you
and
hear
he's being followed by a bunch of dudes.
Gabriel you hear Gabriel screaming from the bottom of the bus, telling you to please stop.
Yeah, but you also see that there's a bunch of guys in these sort of Nomex Kevlar fire jackets. They're fireman jackets, chasing behind Dingane.
Gotcha. What else can I do on this action? Can I stop the car?
That is all you can do on this action. You haven't really rolled forward because you didn't like gun it some more. You like let go of the gas and stuff. So you're drifting forward, but not super fast speed because of the turn.
Gotcha.
So it is now Dingane's action. Dingane, you are three distances away from the truck. And it's moving forward, but seems to be moving significantly slower.
Yeah.
Maybe
just
because they slowed down for
full bore
you?
sprint,
Okay.
right? Figuring they had to have seen. Yeah, I'm just full bore sprint. We can make it.
Dingane's full bore sprint would make it. That's 3 movements. So, if you did your free action, then your movement, and your movement again.
Yeah, and the fleet-footed.
You're caught up with the truck again.
He's really fast.
But he has to grab it, which is not his current deal. The guys are going to chase after you.
In the middle of the run, would it have slowed him down if I switched the spear into the shield hand, just to get a free hand? Okay,
Well,
cool.
yeah, I guess technically because no, I guess it's fine. You don't have to. Yeah,
Okay.
You can move it. It's fine. Technically, though, that's
Cool.
a free action, as it were. But I'm not worried about it. You're just shifting hands.
Yeah, not making any attacks.
Right.
Just running for our lives.
So all those guys are gonna chase after you. So that's all right. Well, so I was rolling in groups. They got a 93, a 93, and a 94. So they are not able to keep up with you very well. So they are doing badly. We'll switch to foot chase rules here in a minute. So just FYI, because these guys are failing at the foot chase. Cool. Annette, you have an action that you can take. Dingane has got you to the back of the bus. Since you guys, the plan was to ditch the tank, there's not a tank in your way. You're basically at the back of the bus.
Okay. So I would have to make some kind of roll to get onto it.
Correct. It would either be a agility to grab it or an athletics to just try to jump and climb onto it.
So a 15 or a 20.
Right, those are good numbers.
I guess I will, whatever the athletics one. I don't really see anything else to do. I will.
Try to grab it and like climb up. Yeah.
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 I've got 1/5 of a chance.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
That's still 1/5 of a chance.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
no,
I think
that's
that's.
I mean, from what I'm understanding, it's either 15 or 20% chance. That's some good banking odds.
Okay, that's what
Better than
I
a
will
roulette.
Try to do with the athletics. And I failed. I'm going to use one of my luck to try again.
Okay.
She only failed a little.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty good.
you got like the 2nd, 5th of a chance.
And I failed again.
You failed on the luck one.
Yes, I did.
Dingane, make an athletics roll for me as she sort of jostles you a little too much, trying to climb off of you. You nearly drop her
on your
and
head.
lose control of yourself in the process.
Ooh, there's a 37, just a regular success.
That's fine. You keep your balance enough to not go sprawling into the street from her like blah, and like elbowing you in the face or something as she's trying to.
I spent life doing needlepoint.
Yeah, I'm not sure your Victorian era person or whatever she is, like pre-Victorian era person, is working out so well in this particular adventure.
I think in a different adventure she'd be very good.
In a great social adventure, she'd be great. Or if you, later on in this adventure, depending how things go here. Okay, so We have 1 hour left, just letting you guys know. We'll see how it goes. You may end the adventure stuck here in this town, and we'll see how things pan out. Okay, top of the round, Gabriel. The truck is slowed now for like 2 rounds-ish. Really hasn't moved very much. It's slowed, so you could probably try to get a better grip and climb if you wanted to. But it's your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like climb up to the top of the bus.
Makes sense. Roll athletics for me because you're trying to do
All
this obstacle/hindering terrain stuff.
Kind of cool imagery. From,
Kidding me?
Spider-
No, 75. I didn't pass.
Do you want to roll luck?
Oh yeah, sure. I have another.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
prompting you guys because I very rarely have prompted in the past, and people kind of wish that I had.
That's better. That's a 40.
Okay.
That's a regular. That's a regular save.
So you
Or
can
success.
you get the success to climb up, so you can climb up the side, and you're
Okay, cool.
So now you're up the side, and you're not like hanging underneath.
I'm only up on the side.
Yeah, so that's where you
Is
get
that-
yourself, and then you have one more action you can do. If you want to go out the rest of the way, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll
Or-
get up the rest of the way. I'll get up the rest of the way.
Okay. All right, cool. You get up the rest of the way. You're now on top of the truck. You're not worried about being, because it's just a movement distance. You don't have to roll anything.
No.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're up at the top.
Is there? Do I have? You said I have another action, not like a. Can I like take a survey?
So
of
basically,
going
those
on?
were 2 movement actions.
Okay.
But I'll give it to you. You can see Dingane and the others behind the thing. You can see the guys
Okay.
chasing them.
Do I see like specifically like? Do I see anyone like controlling the bandits or marauders? Do I see any like? Like how many do I see? Or
There are 2. Okay, so there are 2 of these bandit marauders on top of the truck with you.
oh, okay.
That's what you see.
Okay.
Do you see anyone giving them orders specifically? No. You see 2 guys up there with you.
Okay. I just thought
Um,
I could like see further and see like someone giving orders or something.
Maybe, but in that like moment that you get up there, you're like, oh shit, there are 2 guys.
I lock
up here.
eyes.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep.
That's what you see. You'd have to see beyond them with some perception. Okay, Sophie, what are you gonna do?
So, on my last run, I saw Dingane and Annette behind me.
Correct.
I heard somebody yell, "Stop the truck!" So, instead of stopping it completely, I'm not gonna hit the brake, but I'm gonna let it.
Drift.
Uh,
Sort of roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it drift slowly
Yeah.
with the idea that people can catch up. And I
Cool.
can just-
So it'll just move 1 distance on its own, and that'll be fine. That'll just give them time to catch up.
And can I like lean out of the window or something and just like
Yep.
take stock again?
Yep.
Okay.
That'll be 1 action, leaning out the window and taking stock.
One action.
Yep, and
Can
then
I
you'll have a
see
second
it?
one.
I can't see anyone.
Oh no, go ahead and roll your perception, because that's what you're doing. You're leaning out and like looking around, seeing what you see.
Perception roll. That's a 34, so great success
Oh,
on
yeah.
perception.
Yeah. So you can see the guys behind you. You see Dingane. You see that there's a gap now between Dingane and the others. And you're looking all around.
Yeah, like all
'Kay.
all around, back down the road.
Mhm. So behind you and in front of you, you're just kind of like looking at everything. Right? I'm assuming. Yes.
Yeah.
In front of you, you see that there are people in that field up ahead. So you have people
Oh.
behind you chasing Dingane, and some people back by the barrier that just were not very good at running in the first place. Like one guy who tried to throw Molotov cocktails, like, oh, that didn't work. And there's something on fire over there. And then you've got Dingane and Annette, and then you've got people up ahead of you in the field. That's what you see.
Gotcha.
And you have 1 more action.
How far ahead are the people ahead of me?
They're so if you're there, they're not very far. They're basically mid-range from where you are.
Gotcha. Is there anything around them that I could knock into them with my brain powers?
That's a field. There's some houses on the other side. You could try to, I don't know, rip a door off its hinges and throw that at them. They are carrying things though. If you want to try for something that they have in their hand,
I want to fuck with their things. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your. Well, you can grab something. Just go ahead and roll your agility to throw it. See how well you do.
I'm gonna try and throw
It's
something.
like an
that
automatic
sounds-
mind throw. You're just like, boop. I grab that thing because I can see it and move it.
That is a 13. This is agility, right?
Yep.
So that was an amazing success to chuck something.
Where do you want to chuck it?
Can I chuck it at their face?
Well, you can throw it directly up. You can't really, like, the distance between the hand and the face is like nothing. So it wouldn't really do anything. It would just like bonk. Like, that's what you can do. Or you could throw it like, you could throw it up and then it would fall directly down on them. At the next action phase.
Right. I'll just try to fling like assuming it's a weapon, I don't even know, as far away from them as I can.
Okay, so you're just gonna make it go whoa.
Yeah, like behind them, away from them.
So it was you do that, it successfully goes flying a distance behind them. As it does, you realize that it was an unlit Molotov cocktail.
Cool.
I think I was a baby.
It could have been a baby. That would have been awful.
Like, wait, we're the bad guys? We're stealing their clothes and throwing their babies? Okay. Let's see. It's Gabriel. Where am I? Is it Dingane? It's Dingane's action, right? Yeah, it's Dingane.
All right, running back up to the back of the bus or the bus trailer.
So because
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because it was only one distance away, it's just your free action to do that, and then you can make your movement actions, like your athletics to climb it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab and climb up to the top.
Okay.
So that we can take off. There's a lot of guys behind. Hey, 35 for athletics.
Cool.
Out of 65. Success. Just standard success.
Okay, so you start your way up. Do you want to go? Well, you can get to the top, and now you have an action. Do you want to climb over, or do you want to do something?
Yeah, up onto the roof.
Okay.
Onto the top of it.
You get up onto the roof, and you immediately notice that up there is Gabriel and two of these bandit things.
Wonderful. He's gonna call out, "Hey!" Just short and quick.
Sure.
Just try and get their attention.
That's a reasonable thing to do.
Not one for speeches. Just more the get off the kid right now. Just a hey.
So the two guys, because they didn't really see... Oh, one of them, actually, we'll say one of them is distracted by Dingane. So one of them is going to try to chop at you, Gabriel, with a hatchet that he's holding in his hand. Whoops. So this is how it works. I'm going to roll my attack. You're going to roll your dodge or parry. It's up to you. Or
okay, and where is the dodge? Is that in the...
So on your character sheet, it's going to be right there next to the shield that's about in the middle on the first page.
Okay, see it. Okay, cool. And you said dodge or parry. Okay.
Dodge or parry, whichever one is better for you, which I think is dodge.
Yeah, it's dodge.
Yeah.
I got 50.
And that's is that a degree of success or 2 or?
Oh, that's a success. This is a regular success.
So you got a success. Okay, cool. He got a failure, so you were like whoop, and it just woof. Yep. Cool. That's what he does. The other one's distracted.
I'm like in between the two, right?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then that ends that. Then Annette doesn't get another action because she only had a 5. All right, Gabriel, it's your action. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna just point blank or like back up a couple feet and point blank just shoot him with an arrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Shoot the guy that
you can move and then go ahead and shoot.
Yep.
So move and shoot. Those are your 2 actions. And he's gonna try to dodge. He fails.
Where's my? That's a regular success.
Okay. Well,
he's a 71.
He failed, and so you hit him.
Sweet. And that's 2d4, right?
2d4.
That's a 4. Or 2 2s. Yeah.
That's a 4. Cool. All right. So
yep.
Okay, so -4. So this guy.
Pa.
-4. Okay. The arrow just hits his jacket, sinks into it. Doesn't seem to penetrate. It just gets stuck in his jacket. Sophie, it's your action.
Am I aware with my perception where everybody is?
Yeah, you were looking at like Dingane and the crew when they climbed up, so you saw them go up.
Dingane's up? Is Annette up on the top?
Yeah, Net was being carried by Dingane. Very King Kong style. Nah.
So everybody who
So
fell
improper.
so improper, so undignified. So basically what you're telling me is that everybody who fell off of the top of the truck climbed back onto the top of the truck.
Yep, as far as you can tell, they're all back up there.
So these people that can't hold on to the truck are back there. I'm gonna lean out.
Don't stomp on the gas. Just sorry. Just a little bit.
Are we still kind of like rolling forward?
Yep, still kind of rolling forward.
I'm gonna lean out and be like, I'm gonna shout at everyone like, get in the cab or get ready to hold on. This thing's about to take off. Is there any bad guys near me?
Do you guys like Mexico? There are those people in front of you. You're getting dangerously close to them at this point.
Dangerously close. I'm gonna brain flip anything else they might be holding, because out of their hands, while I wait for everyone to get their shit together.
Okay.
Telekinesis saves the day, I guess. Maybe 41. That's just a regular.
Okay. Yeah.
That's-
One thing goes like flippity flop.
Flippity flop.
Yeah. It goes wherever you
Okay.
want it to go.
Away. Just
Okay.
away.
Just flippiting off into the distance, into
Mhm.
the waning light.
Anything they might be holding, it's better if they don't. Okay.
Correct.
And that's my turn. Pretty sure.
Mm,
What else do I get? Do I get any?
Yeah, we could call it your turn. That's fine. I mean, technically, shouting is a free action, so you still get another one.
Oh. I want everyone to like get secured in the car.
Okay, so you're just
'cause I'm
gonna-
about to hit the gas
You're just gonna
again.
be like, that's cool. I'm just gonna hold off, and
Can I like ready a weapon in my hand just in case and
Yeah.
like parry or do some sort of defensive coverage?
what weapon do you have?
I've got a bat with barbs.
Yeah, you could get that ready. It's gonna be hard for you to drive with like, but you can do one-handed drive like with a bat. And you're like, guy comes in through a window, just be like, bah! Bah!
Pretty
Yeah,
much, I just don't
totally.
care.
I mean, it's the
Just start
apocalypse. So
door
that's just how
checking
you.
out them.
That's how you drive. You're just like,
Basically, yeah, just a little window defense going. So
got it. Cool. Yeah, I'll accept that. All right. That ends the combat round, and then makes the next combat round. Gabriel, you can act again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop another arrow in the guy that in front of me.
Okay. He got one.
That is
success.
a great success.
Okay, you hit him again.
Awesome. 2d4. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a 4.
A 4. Cool.
Yep.
Man, you and those average rolls.
Yeah. My
This
dice.
time your arrow seems to penetrate in through his jacket a bit. Some blood kind of comes out, so you know you got him.
Nice. I can do another shot, right?
You can actually, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll go ahead and pop another one.
Oh wait, no, you can't. You don't have multi-attack option on your thing. My bad. You
Oh, it's
can't.
okay.
Yeah, but you can do something else. You could take aim. You could move. You probably wanted to have taken aim first, but it didn't matter. You still hit.
Yeah, it's just take an aim.
Okay, cool. Your
Just
next
drawing
attack
it
will
back
have
and waiting.
advantage. Yeah. Cool beans. Cool beans. Yeah. Sophie, it's your action.
well, she gave everyone warning. I'm gonna hit the gas again.
All right, make a drive roll. If you get great success or above, you manage to accelerate without doing it in such a way that would knock everybody off. Last time you were just like, I'm gonna nail this and get out of here.
Mhm. Well, that was just a regular success. So
Okay,
it's probably...
so jostle forward again. Sucks for everybody.
sucks for everyone. I told you.
So technically, Dingane had not yet set down a net. So realistically, it's only Gabriel and Dingane that have to make rolls. But if Dingane fails his athletics roll, then a net goes falling too, because Dingane was holding a net still.
What roll do I need to make?
It's an athletics roll.
Athletics. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm really good with that. That's a great success.
Okay.
Oh, we are totally good.
Hell yeah.
Good. So you guys are okay.
So-
Well, all right.
And the space is probably good that he
Yeah.
hasn't put you down
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Just gonna-
Wait, I thought, did you not make it on climbing off?
She did not. She failed. She
Oh,
hit
okay,
you in the
okay.
face, so you basically carried her up.
That's what that
Yeah.
was. I was thinking I was like actually fully climbed off. So cool.
Nope.
Yeah.
I
I'm-
didn't get
I'm
a.
No,
glad
no, she
we-
didn't. She failed. She like reached for it, and was like, "Whoa!" And then you had to. That was the whole deal. You were trying to keep yourself from going down with her.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what.
I'm
happened.
glad we did not fall. And I assure you, Gane has been as much of a gentleman as he possibly can be in this situation.
No wandering hands. Okay. Speaking of, oh wait, that was one action. You accelerated forward. You lurched. You went forward. What else do you want to do? Oh, those guys are directly in front of you now. There's a whole
Okay.
cluster of them.
Let's
There
run them
is.
over.
Let me describe what they look like. You have a bunch of guys wearing those same sort of Nomex Kevlar fireman jacket things.
Uh-huh.
But one of them is wearing. Where did I put this stuff? I put it over here somewhere. Apparently, no, I didn't.
Sure, you really want it.
Sophie might hesitate for that.
Wait, where the hell did it go? Oh, it's over here. I'm like, there's like a missing page. It was over here. All right, what you see is a group of people wearing these Nomex Kevlar fireman jackets, and you see a woman standing amidst them. She has a crown of iron on her head. It's a real, looks like a crown, made of like bent and molded iron, and she's wearing a hubcap around her neck on a chain that has a symbol of a bird on it. She is holding in her hand an auto rifle, like an M16, and she's aiming at you.
Urgh.
And then you see all these people, and they haven't acted yet. So it's your action first.
Can I run over the woman with the machine gun pointed at me?
You can literally just accelerate forward into the field, and you would just nail as many of them as you could possibly manage.
Gotcha. That seems like the most sensible thing to do at this moment. So, but I'm gonna aim for the woman with the machine gun that wants to shoot me with her machine gun.
Sure, why not? Most valid target. Go for it.
65. It's a regular success.
Regular success. Okay then. So regular success it is. That is enough to drive directly for it. Let's see if she can dodge out of the way. Because she gets a dodge. Most of the other guys are just going to go squishy. She failed by like a lot. So, all right. So this is how damage works when you're ramming an object. The cargo space of your vehicle times the acceleration rate. In your case is 2. The cargo space is 18, and so therefore 36 is the base damage, which is well above my ability to scale because 12 is the highest I have on my list. So essentially it's going to be 3 times the total amount, which is 2d10 plus 2d6 plus 14. Let me see if I can math that. Let's see if I can even make the dice roller do it. Let's go. So it's going to be add 2d10 times 6d10. 66. I'm just curious to know how much it's going to be. 66. And we'll go ahead and roll that.
It's going to be big.
All right. So it's 52 plus, it's well above Ruinous. So plus 52. You did 94 points of damage to her and those guys around her.
Okay.
I doubt that she has like kaiju level hit points. And so even with special psychic armor and other things, they all went squish. Unfortunately, you're now careening into the field. You can loop around or whatever, but you're going to have to make a bunch of drive checks. However, you just killed a whole smattering of people in one shot.
Okay.
Crunch. Squishy
So-
targets with trucks do not work out well. Yes, so they are all dead.
Okay.
The front of the truck just gets covered in blood, just all up the windshield, all around the front of the truck.
I turn on the
all on-
windshield wipers.
Camp seems to lose a little bit of self-control. In fact, you have to also make a resolve roll. Yeah, Camp absolutely, completely fails. Go ahead and make a resolve from this just giant bloody mess that just hits the front of your truck.
I think I failed too. Yeah, resolve is a 50, so 71.
Okay, so you are what in a state that we call unnerved. From this point forward, you have disadvantage to basically all of your rolls for the next 1d4 combat rounds. And so I will roll that for you. It is 4 combat rounds. You are going to have disadvantage to everything because of, like, what the hell was that? I mean, you know what it was. You just, like,
I'm just like, ugh, it's gross.
so much blood.
It's really gross.
Yeah, Camp didn't fare much better.
Like,
Camp failed as
throw up
well.
all over the dash.
Mhm.
Just throw up all over it.
Camp is unnerved for 3 combat rounds, so you know just a little bit less than you. But Camp is like, yeah, we could. What are the chances that he would or that they would purge? Let's see.
Oh, purge. It's not-
Xena. Sorry, my dog I think is gonna. Oh, I see what happened. Hold on, everyone. The dog knocked something over.
Here you go. So how's everyone liking this?
Oh, it's going good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think
Sorry, I
it's
was muted. I'm
pretty
glad we
fun.
were all the way in the back
We
instead of getting hosed with
with blood.
dude smoothie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude smoothie.
I mean, I'm already there, so it won't even matter.
All right.
The puppy knocked over a wooden horse thing we had, and then was like absolutely terrified it was going to come back and get her. She's like backing away from it, and I'm like, it's fine, it's okay.
Oh no.
Anyway, okay. Where were we? So, you just rammed a bunch of people, which makes it Dingane's action.
Oh, right. I'm gonna go. There's a gun turret right there in the back, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Annette down into a spot. Like, hopefully the gun turret should be pretty secure, like handholds and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna let her down.
Okay. That's cool. There's that tire nest thing on the top.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna shield check or if I can, I'm gonna shield check one of the guys that's up there.
Okay, so go ahead
Closest.
and roll. Because you're gonna do. I guess you're just gonna make the movement and then go ahead and roll your clubs to bash him at advantage because you're doing that whole like rushing him thing. Just gonna.
Oh, nice. At advantage, that is a great success.
All right, let's see if you can dodge out of the way, and if you can't, well, he has disadvantage because of the jostling.
Yeah, I'm going with kind of like the intent to just knock him off the side.
So here's what
much.
happened, my friend. I forgot the disadvantage. I went to roll it. So he rolled 001 or a 001. So he got a critical success.
Oh.
So your shield bash missed. So much so that he sort of flourished around you. Make an athletics roll for me to not fall off the front end of the bus.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Oh fuck! Oh.
I think I go off the edge.
Did you
Yeah.
fail?
Yeah, I failed my athletics.
All
I
right.
rolled a 79.
So his juke move
79,
you just
65.
went through where he should have been, and you were expecting there to be some resistance, but there wasn't, and so you tumble over the front of the bus. Roll a agility for me. I'm just gonna have you do an agility to see if you can grab a hold of like the back of the cab before you fall between the wheels, and some stuff happens.
Ooh, yeah. So that's a 66 out of 35. That's a fail.
Oh fuck.
Oh. All right, so you go falling between.
Dingane is Dingane.
So you fall
Oh.
down, and if you know the way that the truck works, so there's the cab, and then there's the trailer, and that's where you fell, and so that right underneath that, since there's not like a really great way to do that, you just fall down in that
I'm
space.
gonna spend a point of luck and
Okay.
reroll that.
Just try to
Reroll
see if you
that.
can grab it like before you go tumbling down, between like basically right to that back set of wheels on the cab.
Yeah. That's a 44.
Is it
That's a no.
success? It's still a
No.
failure, but it's a luck
Still a failure. It's not as bad of a failure. It's
No,
not
no,
as high of a
no,
failure.
it's a
but
worse
still-
failure because it was a luck
Oh
failure.
fuck.
Oh, it was a luck failure.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh no.
He's gonna try
unfortunately,
and tuck under his shield as he goes.
unfortunately,
It's a-
Dingana, you're about to get
shield.
run over by the truck.
Oh fuck.
Ouch.
We're gonna have to call this ruinous, because that just makes sense. All right. Well, we'll see what happens to Dingane. Okay, Dingane.
Does my armor apply?
Yeah, your arm is going to soak up some of this.
Alright.
So you have to soak up 22 points of damage.
Actually, we should be all right. So, armor is totally destroyed. That was my favorite, like, fifth shield.
Oh
All
fuck.
right, so that's 16. And that was 22 I need to take up?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so that's 16 gone. I need 6 more, so that's 6 off my hit points. I'm all right.
Okay. Somehow.
Down to 16. Sorry.
All right. So you come out the other side. Your right shield cracks
Ouch.
as the thing rolls over you. Your what kind of armor were you wearing?
Kevlar vest.
Also
It's
just
shredded.
shredded by the wheels, cracked, shredded. You're essentially laying there mostly naked. I mean, you still have your spears, but like your stuff is your armor is all destroyed.
My extra spears all stored in the shield.
Sword and shield, they're all cracked. They're
So
all just
Those are all
lost.
busted.
Yep.
I got like the main one,
Yep.
possibly.
Yep. Cool.
But I'm alive.
You're alive.
I can probably be like
Okay, so that was weird. The music that suddenly hit was like this like low growl that suddenly happened right after that. You're like, I'm alive. All right. Gabriel, you're getting attacked by one of the guys at the top. He's gonna chop at you with his hatchet.
Okay.
And then the other guy who flourished out of the way is probably gonna chop at you in a second too.
Okay.
So
the-
roll your dodge.
Yeah, it would be a 1 away from a regular success.
Okay, so you got hit.
Yep. 1 away.
All right, so you have to try to soak up 8 damage. The way that it works is your
And I can
armor.
use armor, right?
Your armor will soak whatever it soaks, and then whatever's left goes into your hit points.
So
Your health
Warren
points.
Kevlar is 5, so that means that the Kevlar only has 1 left, right?
You have to soak 8.
Or-
So it took 5 points
Oh,
of it.
8.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you have
6.
three that soaks into your body.
3 into me. Gotcha.
So you're into your health points.
Yep. Got it.
Sorry, my mom is texting me and she won't stop texting me. Oh, Mom, I'm doing something online right now. She's asking literally about this game itself. She wants to know what the name of it is. Like I haven't told her like 1,000 times. It's fine, Mom. If you ever see this, it's fine. I'm just in the middle of something. Okay, the other one's gonna attack you. Now, because you already dodged once, or like you did a defensive action once, you have to do the second one at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But you're getting attacked from the other angle.
That's a good one. That's a good one, but I gotta roll again. Nope.
Failed.
That's a 69. Yeah, that's a fail.
That's all right. They failed by 5. So you.
Oh, thank God.
So, yeah. So they missed too. He
The other one was a
flourished-
20.
He flourished amazingly out of the way, but then was like, "Mwah," and missed.
Nope.
Okay. That puts it to it's a net section.
Okay, I just saw Dingane fall off the truck.
Yeah, Dingana went to do something really cool and then went off the front of the bus, and the other guy's getting chopped at. You're apparently free and clear.
I'm gonna try to safe where I am, or I could try to get into the cab. Is that like really far? Would it be like?
Yes.
You would have to go through.
You'd
three
have to
people.
go through the 3 people that are fighting.
Oh, they're right there. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna, since it's clear no one is gonna try and talk to these people anymore.
I mean,
Sorry.
there was just dude smoothie, so.
When I get back to the cab.
Haven't you ever just panic run someone over before? Right.
I guess I will try to quick draw my gun that I have.
Okay.
But I'm sure that's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. And that's palming, yeah.
Yeah, that's palming.
Nope.
No? Like, not at all, huh?
My agility is 15.
That's fine. You can, so you were drawing it, so you draw it.
But the next still. Yeah, but I can't.
We can't use it. Yep.
Right.
So what else do you want to do?
Cry.
Okay, you cry. Okay, that ends that action phase. Gabriel, it's your action. You got 2 guys trying to fight you.
Trying to think of which way I want to go. I want to go towards the front of the truck.
Okay.
Towards the front of it, and then turn around and do a pop shot on the one I've been shooting at.
Okay, so you're gonna like move, just kind of move around and be like.
Just like move around him and then turn back around and take a shot on him.
Okay. Yeah, and you were still aiming from the last time, so you kind of move and aim at the same time. So go ahead and roll with advantage because I'm allowing that, even though technically I shouldn't because you moved. It's fine. I'll let it happen.
Okay, there's that one, and then. Okay, yeah, that's amazing. Yep,
Okay.
that's
He failed his
yep.
dodge, so you hit him.
Sweet, and that's 2d4. Ah, yes, that's 7. Nice.
Nice. Okay. 7. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool. So he takes it in the. Where does he take it?
He's gonna go right into the throat, just
Okay.
right in the throat.
Nails him in the throat. He spins with the arrow that goes through his throat. Blood sprays. It's around. None of it hits you, but some of it hits his buddy, and he goes tumbling off the side of the van, off the bus. So, boom, bam, bam. He's not entirely dead, but you know, Dingana's down there, so I don't know how long he'll be in this world. Okay. All right. Sophie, it is your action. You just heard off the side of the van.
Dingane just cleared the blood off my windshield with his body, right?
No, he went between the cab and the van, or the bus. So you didn't see him. He fell behind where you could see. In fact, he was completely outside of your mirrors, so you didn't see him at all.
Completely. So I'm still just booking it across the field, but I'm gonna like go and get clear of the people and do a U-turn to go back.
Oh, now you're concerned about the people?
Yeah. You can go forward and then.
You get
turn.
random again?
I want.
No, she wants to drive forward and make like a wide
make,
circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the city and like get out the way that I know you can go.
So she's basically going to try to use that to turn around and then go back the exact way that you guys came to
or
go
just
the other
out,
direction.
or just out, because we could literally just not be in the city at all and just go home from here, right?
You could off-road it for a little bit if you want to and go around the factory and get back to the main road if you want to try that.
And as far as I know, everyone's still on top.
As far as you're aware, besides the fact that you heard from somebody falling off the side.
I'm just gonna try to get clear of any more, like, of the dudes that were out in the field, if there are any left. Otherwise, can I roll perception and just try to figure out, like, there?
At disadvantage for sure.
Disadvantage
Yeah,
and
because you're you know unnerved.
Another.
Oh.
Yeah, another one of these and take the lower.
So
Just
70.
this one.
Oh,
Yeah, just roll that one again.
78's my first roll.
you
And
got to take
oh,
that one.
98. That's not it. I'm not perceiving much of anything.
Okay then. So yeah, you don't see anyone. Like whatever that sound was, you're not sure it reflects you necessarily.
I'm gonna stop the car. These people can't hang on to the top,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay. Do you stop quickly or slowly?
Slow. I'm gonna hit the brake like a moderate, like when you're just stopping at traffic. I'm not
Right.
gonna slam the brakes.
You're not gonna be like burn, right?
There's no need for that.
See if all of the stuff inside the bus can slide to the front. You know. See if that's a
No,
thing.
none of that.
See if
I'm gonna
camp is
stop
flying through the
normally.
windshield. No, you're just gonna slow it down. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You don't need to make a roll. You can slow it down. The operation of a truck is fine.
Cool.
Just slow it down, like depress the brake, press the brake, press the brake. So you're slowing it down. Cool. Dingane, you're on the ground. You've taken some damage. A guy comes tumbling off. Like the truck starts to slow down. You're able to get out of the way of the back tires, you know, without like having to do much.
Hit the ground and roll.
Yeah. A guy comes falling down in front of you, and he lands on the ground.
All right. First, kind of get up and dust myself off. Oh, kind of assess, make sure quickly that everything moves. I guess I'm just gonna kick that guy in passing to go and retrieve anything that looks like it's still useful from my tumble.
Okay. So you're gonna like do like a
Hopefully, looking for a spear because I doubt that he held on to it the whole time.
So you do like a quick brawl and then like a guess
Yeah,
it's a,
kick and then kind of like look for my spear.
Yeah, that's like a retrieve item, sort of like grab an item thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's allowable.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't really because this is just yeah, you don't need to make a roll. It's fine. You can find it, but you can go ahead and make the brawl and kick him, and then you can find your spear.
Cool. And you know what? He's a little upset. I'm gonna go offensive stance.
No, offensive stance, kick him in the face in passing.
Yeah, that gives me the advantage and +1 damage. So that is a 36 out of the oh shit, that's right, out of the 75. So
You-
I definitely
Gah! Why?
that's a great success.
So he rolled a 001 or a 001 with disadvantage. What the shit? I'm gonna go ahead and say because he's on the ground, he doesn't get that. Nope, that's not happening. That is not cool.
Man, say, like this one freaking guy, he was gonna like Charlie Brown me.
No, you kick him because that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Come on. I don't count that. That is not cool. Yeah. So you kick him. Go ahead and just do some damage to him, and then we'll see if that kills him.
So that's for unarmed, they start at like the 1, right?
Yeah, they start at the
damage.
lowest, and then it goes up by your size.
Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your DC modifier.
Yeah, so the size and the advantage that puts it at heavy.
Correct.
That was pretty nice.
Yes.
So that
You do
is-
more kicking him in the face than Gabriel does with his arrow.
It's a D6 +3, so that gives me a total of 7 damage.
Nice. That'll kill him.
It's the combat boot. That's what put all the force into it. and he's like kind of huge.
Yep.
Big guy.
Big guy just kicks the dude in the face. How does he die with your kick? How do you want to describe it?
The kick just hits him so hard. It doesn't appear to be any physical damage. It just hits hard enough that it snaps his neck far enough back that it snaps,
You hear crunch, and then he just falls backwards.
and it just lays there.
you get run over by a bus, and then you stand up and break some guy's neck with your foot. That's
Yep.
what just happened.
Yep. And then he goes over and picks up his spear, and that's what he did. And then he just. Ugh.
He
Like
is
nothing happened.
he is like
nothing happened.
oh no, I'm really like badly beaten and bruised.
So he's like limping.
That
and, like,
armor, that shield has 11 points of armor, so that like sucked up like half that damage. I really got lucky.
Yeah, you did.
I got really lucky.
I mean, in theory, I should have probably made it more damage because of the weight of the truck, but I figured Ruinous was a fine way to define that.
Right. I can drop his hit points down. I'm still pretty beat up and bruised.
Yep.
It was like a quarter of my hit points also.
Oh, yeah. See, that's fine. Then I said that was the correct level of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, rather than insta-death, right? Like, that's what could have happened. As it happened with the other guy.
That was pretty gnarly. I totally thought I was going to die right there. I was like, oh boy.
I thought you were going to die too. Okay.
I had faith in you.
So that was Dingane's action.
Uh-oh.
And, so there's one guy on the top of the bus. He's going to attack you, Gabriel.
No. Where is that? There it is. Okay.
He got an amazing success.
Woohoo! Oh fuck! What did I get here? What do I get? Oh, where is it at? Oh, come on! No, you motherfucker! I got 23. That's just a great.
Okay, yeah, he had an amazing. So he hit you.
Yep. Shit. It was so close.
And he did max damage. You take 11 points of damage.
Okay, so I have. Okay, I'm still alive. Somewhat.
By alive, how many hit points or health points do you
4.
have? 4? That's alive. If it was like 1,
I'm
I'd be
still
like,
alive.
I don't know, man. But yeah, no, that's fine. You have 4. But you are hit with an axe pretty solidly. Snaps a clavicle or something. I don't know. You get sliced pretty heavily with that axe. And then it is your action.
All right. Let me see what I can do here. I want to. Is this? Yeah, I'm just gonna go hit it. Can I like load 2 arrows up and then shoot him, or no?
No, that's where the multi-attack comes in. So you have, I think there's a rapid fire as a special ability that you could have had if you were a hunter, and a hunter can pull that kind of crap.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you're a
yeah,
thief, so you're like the steely person that's just using a bow as like a just-in-case weapon. Only your just-in-case weapon has been like your survival weapon at this point.
Yeah, it's been pretty well for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot him again. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot him. That is amazing. Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see if he gets out of the way. He only gets a great success. Yeah, you hit him.
Yes. Come on, be good. Come on. That's a 3. Nope, that's not good at all.
Well, that sucks.
I need help.
Yeah, you do. What the hell, man? Okay, Sophie, it's your action. What? You're gonna just drive? What do you want to do?
The car is stopped now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's in the cab.
Well, you and Camp are in the cab.
Me and what is he doing through all this? Is he just
so far nothing, not a whole lot. You've been driving like a maniac, so it's been hard. But now that you've stopped the cab, he will take an action because they are not a person who takes super risks. No, actually, they take a lot of risks. But in this case, you were driving too crazy for them to be able to do anything. How? Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, that's never good.
No. It is good for you because I was rolling for Camp, not the bad guys.
Oh, there we go.
So where is my critical table? All right.
I know. Critical pretty good.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Critical table.
Is Cam taking it?
Yeah. So Camp leaned out the side of the cab, aimed a pistol that Camp had, just a 9mm. Takes a shot and clips the person. Does well, actually doesn't clip, because this is a 9mm, so it's 2d6 plus 3. Strikes him pretty solidly with a bullet, but the bullet knocks him off guard and he now doesn't get to take an action the next action round.
God, yes.
Minus 5 from his initiative. So next action phase won't get to act. That's what the critical did. So, or the next come round. Oh yeah. So it's in the next come round. Okay, cool. So camp shot. And now it's your action.
So he just made an amazing shot.
Yeah, he rolled a critical success. I gave him advantage, and the second roll was a 0-0, and so I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I like seeing. First one was just like a 31, and I was like, oh, okay.
Let's see. Who's around me? Perception to see where all the enemies are. Again.
Sure, yeah.
Got a lot.
I mean, you don't really see any of them around you. You just squished all of them as far as you can tell.
Everyone got squished as far
But
as
there were a bunch of people running back a ways, but you've like accelerated, so they might catch up to you if you don't drive soon, but you probably have a bit. You don't see them directly. But
I want to get out and check out the situation with my team members on top of the car.
Okay.
Yes.
See now, what are you whining about? She's just whining all of a sudden.
I want to get on top of the car.
Okay.
Ideally.
Go for it.
That's where everyone is.
So you're gonna get out, you move around, and you make an athletics roll to get on top.
Athletics to get on top. My athletics isn't so good. I have athletics at disadvantage when I'm wearing my hunting boots.
You're also at disadvantage because you're unnerved.
And oh yeah. So there's a 73 tops, which isn't going to make it. My athletics is only 30, so I don't think I can even get on top. But let's see how
Well,
I would have made it.
No, oh, is that a 1? I don't think it's a 7.
It's that one's a 15, but I have to go by the 73.
that one.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter because it's 73, so it's a failure.
So you will be able to get up there, but it'll take you like the rest of the combat round to climb up to the top. Is basically what's gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to make it in this action phase, right? You're not gonna slip and fall off, but you take the whole time to move it. So with the athletics, you can actually move through hindering terrain without actually having to make a roll. You just have to sacrifice your action to do it. Right?
Oh, gotcha.
You become slowed, and so essentially what happened was you just took forever to get up. Essentially, like slip, oh get there, and then on the foot, oh get the, and then you can get up. But it's gonna take the rest of your action.
Okay.
That leaves no one. No, wait. I lost track of where we were. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Dingane's action. Whatever, fuck it. And then we'll have Gabriel do one more thing, and then we'll call that the end of the combat round.
Yeah, Dingane is just gonna start making his way to the truck.
Okay.
Probably not at a full sprint. Just kind of probably limping a bit. Taking stock, catching his breath, holding his ribs.
Yeah, you get there. It's not moving, so it's really easy to get to it. But
yeah, so he's just catching up. Just precursory glance back where they came. Just make sure it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it for him.
Okay. And
taking it easy, assessing, making sure it looks all right.
Gabriel, it is your action.
Okay. Is there anybody up there?
Yeah, there's that one guy still with you.
Oh, that one guy is still with me? Okay,
yeah,
I'm going to try and
he
get
just got winged by the shot.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get advantage on your attack because he's not paying attention to you.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple steps away from him.
Yep.
And shoot him.
Okay. So you get advantage and advantage again, so you get +5.
Okay, and then I get advantage on the attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
+5.
All right. That was I think it was a 60 something, so it was just a regular success.
Okay, that's fine. And let's see his dodge. He wasn't paying attention, so it's a disadvantage. He got a success. Well, so you got a success. He got a success. ties go to the attacker, so you hit him. Go ahead
Okay,
and roll
cool.
your damage. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Ties go to the attacker. The people that have played can testify that that isn't a correct statement. It's always ties go to the attacker. I'm not making that up.
That is 6 points of damage.
Okay, 6 points. Nice, solid hit. You pierce through his jacket, which is already pretty severely damaged. The arrow goes in, blood comes out. Pretty hurt. It appears. Sophie, you get to the top. What do you want to do while you're up there?
Still got my bat out, right?
Yeah. You said
And
I
there's-
readied it, so it's yours.
I readied it! Yay! I'm gonna hit the guy with my bat.
Okay, yeah, you get up there, you see the guy, you see Gabriel like backing up, lets an arrow go, and you get up there and you're just like, you got your bat, go for it.
Ooh. And it's versatile, so I can two-hand it, right?
Correct.
Which is I don't think I know the rules for one-hand versus.
I don't know that I necessarily wrote out the rules quite clearly. We'll go ahead and say it gives you +1 to your DC, so it'll up it to the next one up.
Okay, up 1 to DC. That would change it from heavy
To massive.
Massive.
You just get another D6 essentially.
I'm gonna double hit him two-handed with my barbed bat.
I don't think I ever clarified how that one works. I should really do that, but we'll go ahead and say that that's what it means. I'm gonna make a note of that. Clarify
shit.
two-handed.
Let's see. That was just my one attack. 87. That would be a fighting skill, right? That's just a
Yeah, it would be a fighting skill.
clubs. That's a failure. Might as well lock it, right?
Right? Might as well. It
Might as
seems
well
like we're
lock
probably
it.
near the end of the adventure, so.
Ooh, that's an 11. So for my club, that is, where is my things? Fighting skill 11. That's a great success, yeah?
Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, your fighting skill's 11. How did you manage
No,
that?
no. I
A
rolled
not round number. Explain that one to me. It's on a 5 or 10. That's weird. Okay. Well, he got 1 degree, so you hit.
fighting skill. What? Wait, actually, how is that?
No, that's right.
calculated?
You're right.
That's right. Okay. Cool.
All right. So you hit. Go ahead and roll your damage, which is 2d6 plus 3.
2d6 plus 3. Thank you. It's the least massive damage. That's a 6.
Better than what I've been rolling.
Yeah. So you knock. You go bunk. Pretty okay. I mean, it was a solid strike, but for whatever reason, you pulled back too quickly and like tap. He takes some damage, but not enough to go down. Yeah. That, however, puts it back at the beginning of the round. It's Gabriel's action.
All right. Is that guy still up?
He is.
That's another shot again. Yeah, just gonna keep popping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little.
I don't get advantage on this one, do I?
No.
All right, just a regular success.
He failed, so you hit him.
Yeah. That is 8.
That kills him.
Yes.
So your arrow does what to him to kill him?
Just right in the eye. Just pop right in the eye.
So nails through the eye, kind of goes through the other side. So there's the feathers on one side and the arrowhead on the other side. Sophie, you see this. You were already unnerved, so you're not going to have to do it again because you're already unnerved. Though I guess we could make it. Nah, we don't need to. This arrow just goes through, and this blood's kind of just a little squirt, and then he just falls off the back of the bus, just like a straight up fall. Dingane, you're climbing up, and all of a sudden, the guy just drops in front of you, right as you get to the top. He just beside you, falls to the ground. He's clearly got an arrow through the face. This one's not getting up. However, you don't see anyone else around you. You guys look around, and those guys that were chasing you have clearly not continued to chase you, probably because you went through a bunch of their friends, and that was probably enough to get them to leave you alone. So, what do you want to do now?
Get the fuck back home.
I'm gonna look to Sophie and say, "You are terrible.
You guys,
You have no.
you guys need to get the fuck inside of this bus if you can't hold on to the top. You're all to blame for your own damages.
You have no impulse control. You could have killed Digane. You could have killed all of us. How many people did you kill?
Where's Tingane?
Yeah, where is he?
He climbs up over the top at that point, kind of beaten and bruised, a couple patches of road rash. No more armor, just carrying his beautiful spear. I am alive. Hoists himself up. Is everyone okay?
Define okay.
I'm gonna go over to Gabriel with my medical kit. And
Oh,
hopefully
No,
try to patch
do
him up.
that in the cab.
We can wait.
Thank you.
We can heal him.
In the cab.
There's
I'm gonna
place
get
for
back in the
two.
driver's.
I agree with Sophie. Let's get that. Let's get out. I'm fine right now. Let's get out of here.
Get back in the driver's seat unless Camp has taken it over.
Camp has taken it over because Camp didn't really like the idea of stopping.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go.
So Camp will drive.
I climb into the bus. And I'm just in the bus on the ground, just laying there.
I showed up.
In there?
You up?
Is there- You said there's room for 2 people. in
Yeah,
there?
there's some room in there for you guys.
But I mean, if him
And you're surrounded by clothing, so even if you don't have seatbelts, you still have like fabric all
Cushion.
around you.
I just
Yeah.
want to get somewhere so I can
Cushion.
like try to fix him up.
That's fine. You can go ahead and make your medicine roll.
So what does the medical kit do? I didn't write it down.
It increases the treatment code. So if so in this case, because now we're in a not combat time, it would be fair standard. You would bump it up to average. No, it's average. Sorry, average. You'd bump it up to moderate. Is what you would do.
Well, I just failed my medicine roll, so
Would you like to
I'm
look
gonna
it
yeah.
just for fun's sake, because like the adventure's over?
Yay.
Fail and you poison me.
Yeah, right. You take 4 points of damage.
Great.
What's that? Great success? Yeah. Okay, so it's great. It's great success. You're gonna roll 4d4 plus 4.
Damn.
Yeah, medical kits, man.
10.
Hey, that's 10 more than Gabriel had 5 minutes
All
ago.
ones and 2.
11?
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
All right, so you reset the clavicle back into position, threw some bandages on him. It was how much again? 10?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 3 CP from the medical kit that you're going to have to spend. Cool.
Critical failure on a medical roll. You gave him stitches and he didn't need them.
you broke the clavicle that was fine, and like,
Alright.
Just tap
I
this.
pull out some leeches. that
yeah, you're like, what is this? Yeah, I see that you have black blood. You need these.
The arrow is in my other arm. Why'd you give me stitches here?
All right, so
Oh, that's awesome.
because we're almost out of time, in fact, we would be out of time right now based on the original time frame I had put in the schedule. We're going to go ahead and cinematically end the rest of this adventure. You managed to get past all of the stuff that was along the way. The tree, there was some trees that fell in your way, but you guys move them. When you get away from as you drive off, you see some wolves, some zombie wolves come out to where you would have been, but you drove off before they got to you. They don't manage to keep up enough of a chase because you're driving. It's middle of the night when you run over about 12 zombies trying to get back to the compound. Stuff that you would have had to deal with if we had more time, but you don't. So you get back to the compound with what you have, battered and bruised as you are, with a story to tell about a town 9 hours away from where you are, apparently full of people with something going on, and they all wore firemen's jackets. No clue what the hell that was about.
Sorry.
But the town is obviously theirs, as they had a bunch of ways of like climbing from rooftop to rooftop, or swinging across, or zip lining across the streets. So they obviously have inundated themselves into that town. Probably not worth the effort of driving out there to try to salvage it, unless the family wants to declare all-out war on whatever those firemen people were. But you don't know. And so,
Definitely making a note to keep a eye on that direction, especially once we're back home.
right? You guys survived the adventure, so you get 100 XP.
Woohoo!
And you made Dude Smoothie out of the queen, so you get 100 XP. And that is all you get, but you do get like a ton of CP. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go like this. Let's get my... Oh, I got to pull out a D20 because I don't even have any readied because we don't use them in this game. All right. So everybody gets... Just because 14 CP. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 14. No, it's gonna be double that. So 28 CP. For the in like random materials from that particular deal. Some things are not just clothing. Like you get whatever clothing you want. So you can get like an extra change of clothing or two. But you get that many CP. 28 is not just in fabric. You could have traded some of the clothing that you had with other people for other random, CP and stuff. So, some guys like, hey, I really like those girl camo sweatpants or whatever, and you're like, sure, why not? And he's like, I'll give you like, well, like he's wants to make a deal, and you're like, sure, and he gives you like 5 CP for him, and you're like, cool, thanks. However you want to trade it, so that you end up with 28 CP, and then however much clothing you want to keep. And thus ends Burning Light. Cool. That's the end of the adventure. So,
Excellent.
if anyone has any last words, you can go ahead and say them. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day. With this, I'm gonna end the broadcast, basically. So, any last messages?
Messaging.
Thank you.
Thanks for holding it or hosting.
Okay, cool. We're gonna stop streaming, and then we'll talk about stuff if you want to.